You know what, man? Rarely do I toot my own horn or say, hey, we discovered this guy. We saw this guy. This is a footballville player, because I don't think things work like that. That's not how we do business. But I got a story to tell you. I cover Lamar Jackson, youth football and high school. And in high school, I realized that he was different. I mean, he was different. But a lot of colleges didn't recruit him as a quarterback. I mean, they wanted him to go to wide receiver. They just saw him as, I mean, it is what it is. They saw him as a quarterback who didn't have the skill set to be a quarterback at the next level. But Louisville did. They gave him a shot. I was once asked, hey, do you think there'll ever be another Mike Vick? And I looked at my homeboy and I said, Michael Vick is sitting on Louisville bench right now. And he looked at me and he said, come on, man. Mike Vick. And I looked him right in the eye and I said, Louisville is about to unleash something on college football that we've never seen before. Congratulations, man. Lamar Jackson, Pompano Beach, Florida, NFL MVP. Lamar Jackson, Boynton Beach quarterback. How you doing today?
I'm good.
What y'all did out here in 7-on-7?
Came out here, played strong arm and for the fight beat up 1 point. We beat strong arm. I forgot the score was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year, you had a big season last year. How many touchdowns you had last year?
About 26, 27 thrown, and I rushed for like 16.
So you threw for 26 and you rushed for 16 touchdowns?
Yeah.
How many yards you rushed for?
1,400.
And how many yards you threw for?
16.
16.
16.
Yeah, 1,600.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all team, what y'all got coming back next year? Y'all got some transfers coming in? Or?
Yeah, we have Trey Mason, brother Chauncey, just came in. We got a running back from Progress too. We got a lot of players coming in like during the summer, I think. We just got a lot of people just coming in. Just because we had a good season last year.
But y'all went. How far y'all went last year? Y'all ended up playing Central, right?
Yeah, Miami Central. They knocked us out. They beat us by 18 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you did against Central?
I threw 2 touchdowns and I ran 2. I threw for like 200 or something, and I ran for like 1 something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, if you had to choose, what school would you say you want to go to?
For college?
Yeah.
That'd be tough. I don't know yet.
All right, you ain't got to answer that.
No.
You play youth football?
Yeah, I play for Pompano Cowboys and Northbrook Raiders.
Oh, okay. So you from down as well? You just go to school in Boynton?
No. I stay in Boynton now. I moved to the
But you came down here to play Pompano Cowboys?
No. I'm from down here. I used to stay in Pompano. Oh. I moved there like 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Bro.
You like it up there?
Huh?
You like it up there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's quiet. Yeah, it's quiet.
Yeah? Who else you got on your team? Give me some more names. Players on your team. Yeah.
Our receiver, Dante Selexius, number 1. Our DB, Traquan Smith, number 3. Linebacker, Rashard, Young, number 22. We got a lot of players coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom, I see your mom right here in the background. She give you a lot of support?
Yeah, she be at every game.
Every game?
What is that? 7-on-7 and all.
She be loud or she quiet?
No, she quiet.
She quiet? She ain't one of them loud moms?
Yeah, no.
Okay, like last year, who's the best team you played against last year? Central? Was Central the best team?
Central was the best team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. To see Central in person, was it what you thought they was? Basically, okay, the 2 running backs, you're being cooked. You had heard a lot about them. You had seen a lot of film.
I ain't heard nothing about them until like the week we was gonna play them. I heard about them.
Oh, really?
People just telling me they did that. I ain't hear from them.
No.
I came out there. I seen them. They good.
You seen them?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the best tandem we've had down here in about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the final score of the game?
55-37.
55-37?
Yeah.
Okay. With your game, you a quarterback right now. You play any defense?
No.
Anything you want to work on? So you need to get better at?
Sure. I got an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That what colleges want to see because they know I can run. But yeah, basically that's it. And get my drop backs better. That's it. Work.
Yeah. And you working with anybody?
Yeah, my coach from Little League.
Yeah. You working with you on your technique?
Yeah.
So you like playing quarterback? Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, Lamar Jackson, nice running into you here with Footballville. Good luck, man.
I appreciate it.
You know what, man? Rarely do I toot my own horn or say, hey, we discovered this guy, we saw this guy, this is a footballville player, because I don't think things work like that. That's not how we do business. But I got a story to tell you. I cover Lamar Jackson, youth football and high school. And in high school, I realized that he was different. I mean, he was different. But a lot of colleges didn't recruit him as a quarterback. I mean, they wanted him to go to wide receiver. They just saw him as, I mean, it is what it is. They saw him as a quarterback who didn't have the skill set to be a quarterback at the next level. But Louisville did. They gave him a shot. I was once asked, hey, do you think there'll ever be another Mike Vick? And I looked at my homeboy and I said, Michael Vick is sitting on Louisville bench right now. And he looked at me and he said, come on, man. Mike Vick. And I looked him right in the eye and I said, Louisville is about to unleash something on college football that we've never seen before. Congratulations, man. Lamar Jackson, Pompano Beach, Florida, NFL MVP. Lamar Jackson. People say he came out there trying for strong on. What's good, man? What's good? I don't like how I look right now, man. I'm going back. I'm gonna bring X and Rich. Got X and Rich in the back, man. I don't like the setup right now, man. I look like what's going on, man. I'm like with them. What's going on, man? Hold on a minute. Let's do it like this. Hold on, man. I just caught both of y'all off guard. Both of y'all look like y'all got to go brush your teeth. I caught both of y'all off guard. It look like y'all ain't ready. And you're putting in your final bets. You know what I'm saying? Putting in them sneak bets. Virginia. I know some of y'all betting on Virginia. You know how people always say, man, Vegas always right? Oh, boy. Miami made Vegas look like fools Saturday, boy. Damn clown made Vegas look like clowns, boy. Like, you know what they were talking about, boy. Miami made Vegas look crazy. Listen, man, I'm D. We about to talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. First thing first, 786-459-499. If you want to get down on IOD squad, or if you want one-on-ones. I see people been booking these one-on-ones because some people they want to know the basics, how to get on, how to make a trade. And they don't learn from scrolling through a Discord. Speaking of the Discord, man, we had old uncut villain purge depth chart talk last night. We had maybe 50 people come through eventually as they all came through maybe 16, 15 at a time on the IOD squad. And it was cool. That was cool, man. So for the villains, man, we may be getting a new home. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Listen to everybody talk, and shout out to Kyle for putting that together. Medi's supposed to be on here. Medi said he headed to the Heat. Man, he said he headed to the Heat game. Hope you got some good seats, doggy. Don't ever go to the Heat game with the free tickets, dog, and sit in the 300 seats, bro. You can't see nothing up there. You might as well just watch it on your phone, homie. Don't ever sit in. I remember I took a chick up there maybe 6 years ago, trying to take somebody on a date, and we went up. Man, we got up and walked up out of there, boy. You feel like you so far from the court, boy. You might as well just watch it on your phone, dog. It's like you watching ants run around on the sidewalk or something, man. Don't ever, boy. Don't ever buy the cheap sheets in that arena, dog. Ever. But no, the guys came on the Discord. They got like some of them got a free day on the Discord. Some of them got a free 3 days, 7 days. I don't think they. I don't. They can't. I don't think they can see the. Cause we got money. We got money today. QQQ. But I don't think they can see. They can't see everything in the Discord, but they can walk around. You can look around. You can see what we do. For everybody that's in there. But it was a nice little conversation, man. Nice little conversation. Everybody was respectable for the most part. Everybody got their own takes. Some of y'all takes, my damn left. But you feel me? You feel me? But live from the goddamn Miami Arena.
Nah, I want a damn Metro Rail. What is it called?
Yeah. You trying to get robbed. You know that ain't a Metro. But
Nah,
Metro Rail with the goddamn gazelles on. You trying to get robbed out there, boy.
I got that thing on. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. We good. I'm out here with a bunch of people, so they got options.
They got options.
Yeah.
You say they got options.
Yeah. Cause I'm gonna run. They come out here and play fire on me. I'm running. They got other people up here though. So
who do you play tonight?
The Raptors again. They played them last game. 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah. They beat the Raptors last game for their first win of the season. So hopefully Kyle Lowry show up again. That boy was tripping last time.
Kyle. All right, man. Go and enjoy your trip, man. I hope you got good seats, dog. I hope you got good seats, dog.
Yeah, man. We on the roof with it. They got
that arena ain't the arena for the cheap seats, dog. That ain't the arena.
Nah, it's not at all.
Go and enjoy yourself, dog.
All right, I'll help y'all.
Yo, so yeah, man. They came on last night and had a nice little real conversation where you can actually like talk your talk and say what you got to say. It was pretty cool last night. But people that still are in the ILD squad, either you had a day pass or you had like a 7-day pass or something like that. Eventually, it's gonna kick you out of there. Just look around. You can see what we're doing there, man. And I appreciate y'all, all the villains, man. Anybody who support what we're doing, we appreciate y'all, bro. So we got X and Rich in the back. I'm gonna bring them here in a second. I'm gonna get on a few things, man. We're gonna talk about Jackson State and Southern college game days going Jackson State and Southern. We're gonna hit on Colbie Young, wide receiver of the week, ACC wide receiver of the week. A hot topic that we've been talking about in the villain group, man. All the transfer, but me and X, we've been saying this for years now. Like everybody transfer over here be better than our kids. We've been saying that. We've been X. How long we been saying that, X?
Since they started transferring 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, like all our best players be like, other than Greg Russo, it's like everybody. Yeah, all our best players were imports. Yeah. We've been saying that for a while now.
From the Adrian Corbett to KJ Osborne to Rambo, Phillips, Quincy Roche. What was the other corner? Well, not the cornerback. He was I think he. What was the cornerback name?
From where?
I think he came from a small school. I forget the name of the school, College of Charleston or something like that. And he came here.
Yeah.
He was number 3 for us. I forget his name, but he was decent for us. Yeah, Transfers just being better. I guess they get prepared better at other schools than come to Miami and immediately say, yeah, man, these guys suck.
I feel pretty rich. Richard here. The most telling one I remember was KJ Osborne, and I remember X saying, "Yeah, we getting a goddamn wide receiver from Buffalo for." And then I remember thinking, well, why is he coming here? Like we had a roster full of guys who I could play. And I remember going to practice every day because this was when we Mario wasn't here and we actually got to see things, practice and stuff. I remember watching him every day like clockwork, stay after practice an hour and catch balls. From day one, it started.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think Manny eventually said something about it. Hey, KJ Osborne doing a good job. It was Manny, right? Or Mark Rick?
That was Manny.
KJ Osborne doing a great job, yada, yada, yada. Now, he's from Buffalo. We got all these 4-star, 5-star, Marpo, Wiggins, kid from IMG. We got all, and I'm like, dang. Every day, an hour, he catching balls. I'm sure we got video of it somewhere. Every day, catching balls. He did not miss a day of playing behind catching balls on that jug machine. Eventually, he ended up a starter. Then he ended up wide receiver 1. I'm standing on the sideline when he wins the game versus Pitt, and it was like watching a goddamn movie.
Yeah, he catch the ball, breaks the tackle, scores a touchdown. The whole game.
It was like watching the Hoosiers, dog.
Yeah.
It was like watching a movie.
Yeah, he was but what happened with him? I mean, what was so unique about him was he kind of like, I would say, kind of forced his hand. Not forced his hand, but he forced Mike Harley to start doing that too. You know, because Mike Harley was, he's having a piss poor career or something like that. But once KJ Osborne got here, Mike Harley stepped his game up a lot, and he had a pretty decent the last 2 seasons for you. Yeah, that's his name, D. Delaney. That was the cornerback transfer guy who came. He had a solid year with us.
From the Citadel, I think.
Citadel, that's it. Now, I don't know why I keep saying College of Charleston. I don't know why, but yeah, Citadel. We might need to put Citadel and College of Charleston on our schedule.
No. Not College of Charleston doesn't have a football team, but that school has.
Who that was who we played last year? I thought it was College of Charleston.
Nah. So the 2 teams down there that have a football team is Charleston Southern and then in the Citadel.
Oh, okay.
College of Charleston, though, their claim to fame is that it's 8 girls to every 1 guy that goes to that school.
Hold on, I might need to go register for a couple classes over there.
When I think of College of Charleston, I think of that goddamn that basketball team that had that year was smacking everybody in the mouth. And made that run in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, with that short point guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got some news today. I guess Charlotte, the college Charlotte is looking at Josh Gaddis as a potential head coaching candidate. He's one of the names that's on their radar. So for everybody,
okay, say that again. Say that again. Charlotte, what?
Charlotte, the school, Charlotte.
Charlotte University.
Green and White, Charlotte University, Green and White. I think they
as a head coach.
Yeah, they looking at Josh Gaddis. His name came up. It's a few other names, but I just care about Josh Gaddis as a potential head coach for their team.
Don't know why he would go there, but okay.
I mean, he wants to be a head coach. You could just look at just look at him. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be a head coach. His whole demeanor is like head coaching. I'm not sure his name is going to be real high right now because it's a lot of, man, what is he doing at UM and da-da-da-da. But just the way he talks and carries himself, he wants to be a head coach.
Where does information like that come from?
I guess for one, coaches kind of like talk, recruiting sites talk, or media blog sites talk. His agent, you know what I'm saying, coaches agents will talk, because if it's potentially true, now you get into the bidding. Well, maybe another school looking at him too. Who finna be the highest bidder? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
Right.
information can get leaked all the time like that.
So they probably put that out there as speculation, so that way he can get other offers.
Yeah, because I think they even said, mentioned Florida State offensive line coach Alex Atkins. They mentioned him as a potential candidate too, and I was like, well, boy, now if that happens, Florida State gonna be in some deep trouble, because he's their best recruiter. You know, you know, I can't say losing Gaddis would be big, because you know, Mario as a recruiter is Mario as a recruiter. Then you could potentially get another receiver coach who's probably a better receiver coach. You know what I'm saying? And then you can say, okay, let's make the offensive coordinator a quarterback coach. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, well, the offensive coordinator is the receiver coach, and they're not in the same room as the quarterback. You know, so T-Sean mom should tell him catch balls.
T-Sean mom should tell me to catch balls. Nice lady, man, nice lady. Shout out, we got KB in here. KB be playing peekaboo and stuff. I don't know what be going on. KB was just up there. He ain't up there no more. Shout out to Cost Kane $10. We're gonna read that in a second. But while we on Josh Gaddis, I asked Josh Gaddis today about
right. Both balls were in the inside.
Because
arm,
I
gotta
told
continue
you
to harp that in our ball
my
security.
logic on life and how
focus on the fundamentals of ball security, offhand ball hand type things that we teach, and getting the
my logic in life, how I see things. Josh Gaddis runs the ball 3 times, right? Right? I don't know if everybody saw this today. He runs the ball 3 times, 2-minute warning. He runs it 3 times, and then they get actually across the 50, and then they take some shots at the end zone. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Right before the halftime?
Yeah.
Right. So, but y'all heard what he said, right? Why he said he did what he did? Did y'all hear it?
Nah.
Okay. Did you hear it, Rich? Good. Did you hear it, Rich?
I didn't.
No, you're good.
Not that part.
Good. Because we asked that night, we asked Coach Hayes, we asked everybody, like, why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the one to call somebody an idiot, because we always think somebody else is an idiot, right? But like I said, when you think about yourself, you never be like, nah, I'm not going to make the smart decision today. I'm about to make the idiot decision, and I'm going to jump in front of a car. So I give people the benefit of a doubt, right? So can anybody take a guess why he would have ran the ball 3 times? X, you take a guess, you was a quarterback.
At that particular time, I guess, you know, trying to say, well, let's at least get past the 50, so my quarterback could throw it deep. Well, if it's an interception, you know, maybe they don't run it back, or get in good field position, stuff like that.
Right.
So.
What about you, Rich? You got to take a stab at this?
Well, I mean, from a time perspective, we were inside of 2 minutes. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're playing with 2 different elements. You're trying to drain the clock down before you start taking a shot, because every time you take a shot and throw an incompletion, you're gonna stop the clock. So I think, you know, maybe trying to run the ball in order to continue to eat the clock up. That way, if you score or you kick a field goal, you don't leave your opponent with much time on the clock.
KB, you heard what he said? Did you hear his answer when he said about this?
I didn't hear his answer, no.
Do you want to take a stab at it?
Yeah, I think Coach Hayes answered it. They probably was just trying to get to halftime, and the fact that they found some success, you know, they probably was like, well, shit, let's take a shot at this thing. That's my best guess.
Right. But in situations like that, right, I heard people call him crazy. He suck. Why would he do that? Right? And like I said, like I look at it and I say, cause listen, man, nobody's an idiot. Like he don't get paid all that money to be an idiot. He may not be the best OC, he may not be a seasoned, and that goes for all of them. Mario, Steele. People emotionally write him off as an idiot, but nobody remembers the details of what was going on right there. Right at that moment, right? So I asked him the question, hey, brother, listen, here go a paddle, huh? Let me help you out. Here go a paddle. Let me help you float. Explain to these people basically what you were thinking about when that happened.
The ball in our outside arm, and those are learning lessons. And unfortunately, learning lessons come with a price, and a price that we had to pay for learning through that. But we have got to eliminate the fumbles. Those have been detrimental to us, as well as some other things. And so we've got to continue to protect the football.
Before halftime, there were 2 minutes left, and that scenario we ran the ball 3 times, and then you took the shot. Could you explain the thought process, brother?
Yeah,
before halftime, I don't know if y'all heard me. It's just ask him to explain the thought process. 2 minutes, he runs the ball 3 times. Now it's 50 seconds left. And watch what he says, the elephant in the room that we all know that we just ain't giving the man the benefit of the doubt. We just ain't thinking about it.
Before halftime, obviously we faced some adversity right there with losing Tyler, so now you've got a backup quarterback in the game. And we went through a situation when obviously we lost Tyler, then we lost our center, Jonathan Dennis. And so, some new pieces getting put in the game in some critical situations, facing some pressure. First things and foremost, when things are falling apart for you in a pressure pickup standpoint, you got to be able to calm down everybody. And how do you do that? Obviously being able to try to establish the run. There was plenty of time we felt like at the time, where we had time and we had a timeout to be able to use that we could be able to run the ball to kind of calm guys down, but also not put too much pressure on Jake as we get ready to go into the half and rally the troops. And so it was important at that point that we move the ball, obviously in 2-minute situations. There's also
everybody on the panel. Y'all buying that? Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's a lot more honest than a lot of coaches would be.
Just think if Jake does go out there and he throws the interception early and then they return it, now the Bulls come out because this is Miami. The Bulls are going to come out. Now his confidence might be just shook the rest of the game. You still got 2 quarters. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Now, how about this? We're talking about why he ran the ball. Could you imagine if it was a pick? What would we be talking about right now?
Oh, man, it was killer. Why would he throw the ball at Jake? He just came in there.
Yeah. So, it's always something.
Right. I wouldn't have said that shit. I would have been like, fuck it, Jake threw a pick. I'd have been mad at Jake, not the call shit. I'm gonna go for it. Fuck that.
Right. But my thing is, I heard many people thinking he was crazy and yada 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 yada. I don't know, bro. It just seems like it's easy to call Josh Caddis crazy with all this shit going on, right? It just seems like it's easy to call him. He's the clown. He's the one. Gotta go. I don't know if he's here next year. I doubt it. How does he get considered for a head coaching job? Like, what has he done to get considered for a head coaching job? X, is it the shirts he wear? Like, make me understand.
I guess you could say he has an impressive resume so far.
Does he?
Being able to win that award, which as much people want to say, it's Michigan. I mean, the fact that not too many coaches win that award. You know what I'm saying? So him being able to win that award, he got a resume from Alabama. Goes to Michigan, does good there. Comes to UM. He has a plan on how he want his offense to be ran. Just the way he talk. Maybe he's a great interviewer. You know what I'm saying? Coaches get hired off interviews along sometime too. So maybe that. I mean, and then Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big school where, you're not forced to win immediately. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be the start of his career, coaching career. I mean, most coaches start at small schools and then build and go to a bigger program. So,
Hmm. So he does have an impressive resume.
yeah, he got an impressive resume as a assistant coach. So that'd be good for him to go to a smaller school. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump out there and go to a big university because one, he's black. They gonna fire him as soon as he have a bad season. You know what I'm saying? So go to a smaller school. They'll let you have a couple bad seasons.
Okay. All right.
Or go to a bigger school and just have your buyout be like $50 million.
Yeah. That's the best job in the world now. Go to the school and get fired. Your buyout is big.
Look what Smoke just said, X. Call me crazy. I think putting Gaddis in place first would start out. Because I think Mario wants to be the OC, but knew he have to fire his friend and things weren't right. I just think at that point, wasn't we like desperate for a OC and DC? Like it was getting late.
No. It was the quarterback coach that was the last piece to the offense. It was Gaddis got the hire, and we was like, well, what we gonna do about quarterback coach? And all the good quarterback coaches we wanted was going to the NFL or going to other schools and stuff. So we like,
Yeah.
Then Ponce, who was the OC at Appalachian State, stepped down and say, hey, I'm gonna come be the quarterback coach at UM.
Okay. I don't think Ponce has. I don't think Ponce has the resume to just step in and be our OC.
Nah, he don't. I don't know why people want Ponce to be the offensive coordinator.
Right.
No.
Hey, this is no longer Candyland, fellas.
No.
This is no longer MDCC, Miami-Dade Community College, dog. We big time now.
Yeah.
You don't go from the Art Bros winner to
a Ponce. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Ponce, let me see Ponce Wikipedia. Ponce Wikipedia say Carl Gables High School, Miami Northwestern, Miami Central, it does for real, Carl Reef, Miami Senior High, then Appalachian State co-OC quarterback coach in 2000 for 5 years, Louisville quarterback coach, and then Appalachian State OC quarterback. But Luke was saying that some of that that's not the jobs he got hired for. He was saying something about these, but he was an Appalachian State OC for 1 year, and he was a co-OC 2013, 2018. We can't hand him the Bentley.
Nah, Mario didn't miss on a bunch of offensive coordinators. That was just the media that kept missing. The media kept missing on offensive coordinators, not Mario.
I think when things go bad, people start digging and just flipping shit and just looking too hard at stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much conspiracy thoughts. Like Ponce it's obvious Ponce was here either to be the quarterback coach or just to be groomed, and that's a smart thing because we didn't think Gaddis was gonna be here long for good or bad. So that's all it is.
Like a 2 year. I thought it would be like a 2 year process with Gaddis if he does stay 2 years. Now if he came this year and had immediate success, it could have been a 1 year thing. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole thing with Mario. Mario was like, man, I really wanted, some guys to be for some years to build. And that's why the Joe Brady thing that wasn't going to work. Because for one, he didn't want to recruit. And for two, he wanted to still get back to the NFL. So it was like, man, him coming to college was just like, nah. And Mario ain't finna have you on his team and you don't want to recruit. Like, you got to recruit. That's probably one of the top things that he want as a coach. But yeah, I wouldn't give Ponce. I definitely wouldn't give Ponce the keys to no offense. I'd go call James Coley, man. Bring James Coley back or something.
Well, one thing to really consider, and I know that Rome is burning right now, and everybody is jumping ship. But when you look at our whole coaching staff, our whole coaching staff is built for continuity. And the one thing that the one only way that we lose is if we have a lot of coaching changes during the off season. And I say that because we have struggled as a program in the past, here recently, from not having no continuity when it comes to the voices of authority for those kids. That's been a big problem of ours. So, I mean, Charlotte is not a desirable job. I could possibly see Georgia Tech or Colorado or something like that, but going to Charlotte, you're almost hustling backwards if you're Gaddis. I would say if you stay here and you actually make it to the playoffs and you wearing that U on your shirt, that means a lot. It means a lot. So I would say keep the guys that you got, just like we see with Kevin Steele. Kevin Steele is not going to, have any aspirations to be a head coach anywhere else, or just from an age perspective, may not even be a DC anywhere else. So what is he doing? He's grooming the next guy. We got Charlie Strong on the staff. Charlie Strong could step in and be a DC. He could. I mean, he's done it all. So we have a lot of guys on our coaching staff with a lot of experience and um, a lot of continuity. So we just got to let them continue to do their thing. And after year three, really say, okay, year one was terrible. We evaluate year two, and then say, okay, year three, we gotta put up or shut up. So I think that's what the process really is, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. We
So,
got, Gaddis, you got Strong, you got Stills. Those three right there are could be potential head coaches on anybody, at any other school. Um, you
Right.
got them on one staff. You have a new upcomer, not new, but I mean, a young upcoming top defensive line coach in the die. Um, Die soon probably is going to get defensive coordinator job pretty soon.
Hmm.
And then the future is getting a head coaching job, stuff like that. So
Yep.
yeah, the staff he put together. Um, People talking about I don't know why they talk about it. He took too long. Like, do you just want to hire anybody? You know what I'm saying? Because at any given time, when those coaches fail, you fail as the head coach. So now, you know what I'm saying? You hiring anybody, they looking at you. Oh, you hired them, coach.
Right.
You see what I'm
And
saying? So it's like,
not only
man,
that, but when you hire guys that you could pay with you know $50,000 in room and board, when they don't work out, you got to go back to the drawing board and scrap everything. So we actually have a staff where if one or two guys don't work out, we can still keep rolling and just add somebody in there. And one thing I want to point out too is the the Bullyville has a comment. He's a member for 2 months as of this month. He says, amazing to me that Gaddis gets the blame for everything offense related, but we have two O line gurus and can't run the ball. Defense has its problems, but no complaints about the DC? Question mark. Must be the Southern drawl.
no,
What y'all
we
think about that?
we get a defensive coordinator. He gets his complaints too. Everybody getting their complaints from the head coach, quarterback coach, offensive line coach, running back coach. I think the only coach who might not get complaints is the tight end coach, which is Coach Fields. I think he does an amazing job regardless.
Does a great job, yeah.
Um, the D line coach, I don't know if he complained about them because they doing a good job, but it's not showing up um, in the win total. Look what Charlie Strong doing at the linebacker position. And we still kind of give him some complaints too. Um, we complain about Joshua Dye. I think the only two coaches, well, the one that's official is Fields, and then we don't complain about special teams because they doing a wonderful job. But other than that, all the coaches getting complaints.
Yeah, we talking about player development. What Charlie Strong did with Corey Flagg over a couple months, over a summer, man, come on now. Before
I
that,
got I gotta agree with Bully good though, because I get what he's saying. Like guys may get it, but nobody ain't getting it like Gaddis. You motherfuckers want to fire Gaddis after game 3. Like
right?
they be giving it to Gaddis raw, bro. So I get where he coming from.
What is Dom might be, man? What do y'all be getting this stuff from? Dom might be let go, huh? What?
Nah,
Uh,
I wanna give another shout out to Bullyville for the $9.99
Oh
donation,
yeah.
and
Shouts
he
out to
mentioned that
Bullyville for the 9.99.
he said Auburn was looking at Kevin Steele for the head coaching position. Mm.
yeah,
They just a
last year they
bunch of
was. No,
they just a
last year they
bunch of
was,
chat.
wasn't they?
Nah, that was
Wasn't
just
they
a bunch
last
of
year?
no. That was just a bunch of
Mm.
talk from people who didn't know nothing. Once they heard Kevin Stills was coming to they were like, "Oh, Auburn gonna hire him. He's gonna leave." Auburn wasn't looking at Kevin Stills.
Oh, okay. No, we got a staff, but the staff is just like the players. Everything it take time to gel. Everybody got the players got to get used to the staff. Staff got to get used to each other. Again, like I said, but when you lose, everybody just come up with all these ideas and all these thoughts, and they just looking for somebody to blame, looking for some crazy shit. Just we just got to ride the wave. It's a bumpy wave, but we just got to ride it.
Yeah. And again, like I fully understand what Josh Gaddis he wants to do and tries to do with the offense. One thing I was talking to a couple people the other day, and I was telling them I was like, well, the one thing I think Mario and the staff wants to do and get back to doing is getting those Miami guys ready, prepared for the NFL.
Right.
And everybody was like, lastly offense wasn't preparing nobody for the NFL. Nobody got drafted.
Mhm.
We see that.
So I'm
Right.
like, yeah, we want to win. We want to score. We want to do all this and that. But we also want our kids, our players to succeed after they leave college. And that's going to the league. I mean,
Right.
so, um, you just got to, there's patience, man. I guess everybody thought we was just supposed to come in and be undefeated and be this amazing stuff because, yeah, we did hire a very expensive staff. But, we still got some of those players who aren't. I don't want to say, Street don't want me to say this. I don't say they don't care, but it got some players who just don't want to do
Just say they're
what's
not
needed.
bought in.
Yeah, they don't want to do what's needed to be done. So
Well, I was just about to mention the trenches. I see the comment from Say Don Long. He said Richard Street pull up our O-line recruits. Man, look, I watched Coach Hayes' film earlier today, and I gotta tell you, man, some of the bad and the ugly plays that we had in there, a lot of them was the O lineman basically sitting in Jake's lap. I mean, you kept seeing him get pushed back like 4 or 5 yards, and it's like, dang, that even when we had the correct numbers on the line, they were still just getting pushed back. And it was like, I don't know if it's injuries, if guys is nicked up, or that's just they just getting their ass whooped by the man in front of them.
I think it's all of that. But I'm glad you brought that up because that's what happened on that Jalen Knight and fumble. I'm not excusing Jalen, but that's what happened. As soon as he caught
Yeah,
it, his man was blocked into him. So he didn't have his feet already. So he getting tackled. He got the ball up high. He still got to secure that. There's no excuse for that fumble, but that's really what happened. He
right.
ran kind of like into his own man. It just everything was just discombobulated right then and there. And it just was like, God damn. So yeah, them linemen out there getting their ass whooped. Now I don't know if it's
yeah,
technique. I don't know if it's just strength or whatever. Like with we was talking last night when we went through the depth chart. I think you was asleep by then. We was talking about the depth chart, and I got the tow truck, and everybody was like, God damn, nah, tow truck. Woo, woo. I say tow truck is playing center. I don't think tow truck is a center. So you got to kind of excuse those things. We flip flopping around, moving guys around, and all that kind of shit, man. It's just one big clusterfuck right now. So we got to kind of just breathe a little bit, man.
Right. And,
yeah. At
and
the end of the
we
day,
also saw. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Rich.
I was going to say we also saw in some of those combo blocks, the lineman, the guard will block the wrong person. You
Oh man,
Oh
you
my
see this
gosh,
dude
yes.
who's unblocked, and
Talking
you
about that
say,
Rivers
well,
one.
Yeah, you like, well, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and let him get through. I'm gonna go ahead and block this other guy. It's like, what do you
Yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy. And,
not not
I don't even want to go back this far, but that shows you how good of an offensive line recruiter Al Golden was, because we ain't have offensive line problems with Al Golden. It
we
started once
didn't.
Al Golden left,
Mm.
and Rick, as much as I give Rick all the credit in the world for trying to get us back to where we should have been. We just didn't do a good job recruiting the offensive line, certain positions,
Yes.
and that's why I'm happy with the staff and Alonzo, because they're identifying the right type of talent that you need for a program.
Mhm.
You know,
And over the
It,
summer, we was trying to recruit our ass off when it came to linemen. I mean, some of them we didn't get,
yeah,
but we were trying our best for sure,
mhm.
you
for
see, we
sure.
was trying to get line, we was trying to get linebackers, we was trying to get receivers. We was
Mhm.
man, we needed it. We was trying to get cornerbacks. Only position we ain't care much for was quarterback and safety. We ain't need that. We needed positions at
Right.
every other position we needed. But and then injuries, man. Injuries snuck up. Yeah, I just see somebody say Zion. Yeah, the Zion thing kind of set us back big time, because we knew with Zion we had the left side wrapped up. We didn't need to worry about that left side with him and Rivers. Um, Kai Clark getting hurt major. One, when he's in the game, at least the offensive line is secure in the middle. He got hurt. It's
Mhm.
just a lot, man. It's a lot. You got basically one guy who's probably played. What? Let me see. One of, I think, two guys who's probably played most of the downs on the offensive line. That's Rivers and Scaife. And I think Scaife went out too at one point. So it's like, man, we injured, man. We got to get back
Mhm.
healthy. At all positions. TVD hurt.
Right.
He's got a shoulder bruise. The running back room. That's, oh my gosh. Receiver room. We
Mhm.
finally got George back. Um, Bashad was hurt. So it's like, what do you do, man? When you go out there, you got a team like, man, who can we even put out here on the field? Everybody getting hurt.
Right. And I don't know if Street trying to cue something up, but I see he got Kevin Steele up on the screen here. So I'm gonna give it.
That talk you were saying about street fixing his whatchamacallit right now. But
His
that
camera,
talk
his
you were
camera.
saying about that talk you were saying about the line, and we looking at blocking the wrong guys and whoop whoop. I want the fans to understand that and calm down. Like look at the film, like because we going at it in the group me the other day, not the chat, but just the group me. And they're like, man, we trash, we trash, we trash. I say, y'all gotta, you gotta understand what's going on. We ain't trash. The players ain't trash. It's all mental. From every position that you think is playing bad, you look out there, they're making mental mistakes. They not just getting beat. Well, besides some of the linemen and shit, but they just not getting beat. They're not just getting beat up and shit. Everybody be like, man, Rick giving up. I mean, Rick giving up this, bro. Mental mistakes, bad communication. Same thing with the O line. You know what I mean? Same thing with the receivers and quarterback. It's a lot of mental mistakes, dog. We have to get over, dog. It's not like we just have a roster full of players that ain't shit. I don't know what's taking so long. You know what I'm saying, for the IQ to catch up, but that's really what's going on. To be honest with you.
Right. And I
Well,
and
okay, so here goes one thing with a lot of those mental mistakes. I could speak defensively. Defensively, last year, most of the guys didn't have assignments to do. Their whole assignment was, okay, defensive line, get up the field. You know what I'm saying? Just get up the field. Don't hold no integrity gap. Don't do nothing. Linebackers, y'all get up the field too. Don't even cover the guys in the flats. Um, and safeties make all the tackles. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
That was the assignment that they was given last year. This year they all given assignments. So now they still got that in the back of their head. Oh, I didn't have assignment last year. I just go out there and do this. Now they got assignments.
And I think that's still messing with some of the defensive players, but it's not the coach's fault. It's the players' fault. Here's why. I was looking at once again Coach Hayes doing the film breakdown, and I remember seeing this during the game, and I thought to myself, I said, Did Cam Kitchens get over there late? It was 4th and 9, And Flag, of course, had the running back out of the backfield. Ivy has his guy, and Cam is the safety. And Coach Hayes is like, they in man coverage. It's 4th and 9, and they in man coverage. That means you're not supposed to leave your guy. And for some reason, I don't know if it was a brain fart or what was going on with Ivy. He leaves his man. He just like his man doesn't create any separation. Ivy just starts running in a different direction, and the quarterback sees it. He's like, "Okay, thank you." He throws the ball to the receiver, and Cam has to come up and make the tackle. And it was man coverage, and it's like I don't know how hard or what you have to be thinking about in order to mess up man coverage. You know you in man. You know you got your guy. I, that's not the coach's fault at that point. Even if the coach now gives you an assignment, like that's not the coach's fault. You got to be,
Oh,
you know, after playing football for 10 years, you got to know what man coverage is.
mhm. But like X said, I will say this though: if you when you coming from what you came from, and I'm not giving them an excuse because you're 100% right, bro. If you in man, you in man. But when you come from what you came from, you're also undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have to play in the structure and play in the system, but you're not used to that. So you're undisciplined. So you might try to make a fucking play when you shouldn't be trying to make a fucking play. That's what Cam
Right.
does sometimes. Sometimes you're trying to make a play instead of just coaches. Every coach has yelled at their players and said, "Do your job." You know what I'm saying? Because if everybody do their job, everything gonna go all right. So sometimes you got guys trying to make plays. Sometimes guys, I guess, just have brain
Uh,
farts. But you're right. It's not on the coach, but it's a battle. It's an internal battle
uh,
for these kids, man.
it is, and
Yeah.
we not going slander Flag or Ivy,
Nah, we not.
because guess what? As much as I love James Williams, you got to make the tackles. You got to go out there and make tackles. Cam Kitchens got to be on point. Um, I don't know. I don't even know much to say about the defensive line. I think the defensive line. I think everybody on the D line is doing a good job. Offensively, the offensive line, you got to block.
Yeah.
Running backs, you got to hold on to the ball. You know what I'm saying? Receivers, you got to get open. You got to create separation. It's things like that. So ain't no excuse. One thing I'm not gonna do is make an excuse. We 3-4. We're a
Hmm.
bad team. Simple as that. There's no way to put it around. We just a bad team. Uh,
And
but I do understand where Mario and the staff is trying to do. He's trying to get kids to buy into something that they aren't used to.
mhm.
And it takes time. It don't just say, "Hey, snap your fingers, Rich. We gonna be we'll be 7-0 by the time we get to Florida State."
Absolutely.
You
And the
know,
thing is, with football, small things turn into big things, right? So, for instance, if you don't set the edge, well, guess what? If you're not setting the edge and you try to then recorrect yourself, you basically out of the play at that point, right? Say the James Williams tackling with your shoulder at the goal line at that, right? So you have the opportunity to basically take the quarterback's soul out of his chest, right? There's no way you're going to tell me that that quarterback, is as physically gifted as James, and he chooses to tackle with his shoulder. And normally, especially a quarterback that is not really wanting contact like that, yeah, they'll go down. But everything is a domino effect. You tackle with your shoulder, one of the linemen falls on the ground. He basically kind of gets cushion from the ground, so now he's not down, and then he stretches the ball over the goal line and scores. And you're like, that's a fluke play, because if that lineman wasn't on the ground, maybe he doesn't uh the ball doesn't cross the plane. But you can't rely on stuff like that. You got to do your job. If you did your job, if you would have wrapped up, he would have never scored. So it's a small
absolutely.
things that I'm just pointing out, like the 4th and 9, 4th and 9. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
not trying to beat a dead horse, but it's the small things that turn into big plays at the end of the day.
And that's how we losing. You know what I'm saying? I tweeted. I said, I don't think the defense did bad that game. Obviously that long drive, yeah, that was bad. But the offense giving up 8 turnovers.
Right.
I don't know who defense gonna keep somebody from scoring. You give up 8. We ain't talking about 1, 2, 3 turnovers. We talking about 8.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just something that ain't supposed to happen. We had more turnovers than we had penalties. one week we got 18 penalties. Next week we got 8 turnovers, 3 penalties. I'm like, well, hey man, it's it's the players, man, the players, the coaches, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Collectively has to do a better job. From the head coach to the water boy or whatever. Everybody got to do a better job. It's just what it is. Yeah, Jake Garcia will be starting this week. I see some people saying yay. I see a few people saying no. We gonna see. The time is now. That's Ruiz said the time is now. We gonna see what it is. Again, TVD is still quarterback 1 if he's healthy, but Jake will get the start this week. We're gonna see if the offense does change, if things move a lot faster with Jake in there. We'll see how it goes.
Right.
I think I hate that TVD is down. And this is coming from somebody who, when he was struggling, I was ready to bench him against UNC. Like, fuck that. But now I see him making his turn or whatever, and I'm just like, damn. Just when we start to get something in motion, because I believe if TVD don't get hurt, I think we can hang on and win that game. I'm not saying that Jake lost us the game, but I think the team would have flowed and win as TVD went, right? Because he's in his rhythm. Like Jake just coming in, the man ain't practiced. Yeah, he ain't practiced all week and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that he went down. You know what I'm saying? But now that Jake is in, the one thing I personally think Jake gives us, I'm not saying he's better than TVD. I don't think he's better than TVD yet. But what he gives us is everybody becomes an option now. If you open and Jake see you, the ball coming. Jake ain't looking to one side of the field. He ain't staring down this guy, that guy. Well, maybe he'll stare down the guy he want to go to, but he's not going to do that every play to the same guy. So I think everybody becomes a threat. So let's just see how the offense evolves.
Yeah, Jake is a gunslinger. So that's the one good thing about it. He's a gunslinger. He's going to throw the ball up and down that field. I guess if people want to say he's more mobile than TVD, I don't see it because I see them in practice before. It's not much different from their mobility, to be honest. But
it's wiggle. That's it. It's just a wiggle. Jake got the wiggle. TVD. I think TVD faster. Jake just got like some kind of wiggle. It looked like.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I put in the group me about Jake starting. So now Melo, my guy, might get some passes this week.
Hopefully,
you better catch that motherfucker.
One thing
he gonna catch it. He just got to throw it to him.
One thing I saw in the chat is UVA got 2 6'5" wide receivers.
Yeah.
And of course Brennan Armstrong been a college quarterback for the past 13 years. So
yeah, I'm about to say he been here since Al Golden was the coach. Man, what's going on?
He called his own plays. he the OC and the quarterback.
Yeah.
I like to see. I do want to see. We talked about this the other day. I do want to see Steele's defense look more prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like against Duke, it's just like it looked like we weren't prepared to stop that dude from running. Not that he ran all over us, but just in key moments, it's like we just didn't. All right, this is their threat right here. Him running the ball, and it's just like we just didn't mind it and shit. So I just want to see us be more prepared, specifically. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like we don't go out and scout or some shit. I don't know.
Swerve. Yeah, I agree. I think All-Star gonna come out and have a Heisman game on us. They always do. They always do, man. They always do. TVD does not run a 6'2". I don't know where y'all get that from. He does not run a 6'2".
6'2".
People be making me laugh all the time, but yeah, man. Back to work, man. They practicing. Well, they had to practice today. I see some people saying they don't sleep on Ja'Cory. I mean, listen, I'm not even gonna go down with Ja'Cory. I want Ja'Cory to be a superstar at University of Miami, man. And now is not the time. Trust me.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, if y'all just want to say hike and let him run the ball, okay, yeah, I'm down with that. But that ain't gonna make the receivers happy.
Nah, and you don't want to get him injured either.
Exactly. You get him now what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just take time, man. I will say this, my frustration with any coach on the staff, I would say the most frustration I have with a coach is Coach Kevin Smith. I just feel like,
Running back
I
coach.
mean, yeah. I feel like I didn't see any that much difference from when we had Coach Hickerson and him. I'm like,
Hmm.
I know Coach Hickerson recruited that running back room.
Hmm.
KB has
Yeah.
yet to get a recruit at that position. Not saying he's a bad running back coach, but I mean, you got to do it all together. You know, um, we haven't got a recruit. The running backs fumbling a whole lot more. Some,
True.
Coach Kevin Smith, you got to do a better job. So
I'll say this though. At the running back position, number one, coming into the season, you knew that you had the issue with Knighton. You also had your guy Parrish who came in. My thing is, how do you get these guys on the field at the same time so that way they're not sitting on the bench and they cold all the time? Because when you do that, Parrish get 3 carries, then you put Knighton in, and then we kind of see how Knighton works. He's a small back, but he's kind of a workhorse too. So even if you get him in there and throw him some bubble screens and get him in the game, I think it works out better for him as opposed to sitting on the bench and then coming in when it's 3rd and 3 and expect them to go ahead and get the 3 yard. Like I think you got to mix it up a little bit different because of the type of backs they are. Also, with the injuries that we have, I think we should learn from this at the running back position. Running backs take a pounding. They take a pounding. I mean, in some cases, you don't need your running backs going full speed. And I say that because we sorely miss Cheney. We sorely miss homeboy from Louisiana. We miss him. I mean, our run game would look different. It would look different if we had those two backs that healthy. So
yeah, I know, man. I know with Cheney, if Cheney's fully healthy and he could go, a lot of that running game is fixed because he's one running back that really ain't gonna get hit in the backfield and lose
right.
yards. Um, Somebody would say, yeah, they would have definitely kept Hickerson. Yeah, I mean, Hickerson recruited Cheney, Knighton. Hickerson, for the most part, was still here when Citizen. I mean, obviously he wasn't going to be the running back coach, but he was still there. So he helped with that. He got us that. Hickerson did a good job, and the running backs was pretty good when they was healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hmm.
Before Cam got hurt last year, Cam was running real good, and he got hurt, and we had to wait for Knighton to come. Then Knighton came and did his thing. So, not saying anything bad about Coach Kevin Smith, but you just have to step it up. You know what I'm saying? This is your home.
Yeah.
I know Coach Hickerson was here. Mark Fletcher is came.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. That would have been like the easiest recruit for him because he was coming here with Coach Hickerson. But, he left. Coach Kevin Smith, I don't know what took you so long to call Mark Fletcher. You should have called him as soon as you knew you was coming to Miami.
Hmm.
But, hey, we
Hmm.
here now, man. It's all good. We're not going to discuss what K5 mom said. That's between her and y'all, not us. I don't get into that, man. She's a parent. I understand her frustration. Um, Guess what? If you had a son playing for a team and your son was calling you, probably a lash out too. So, um,
Hmm.
more power to him, man. But she's a hurricane mom. Her son plays for UM. We're gonna ride till the wheels fall off.
Right.
Right.
Because you
Y'all have
still
to let
still
that.
got
Y'all have
five
to let
more
that one
games.
go, though.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah. You have to let that one go. Like the mom thing. She's a mom. Women are emotional. That's what they do. It's okay, man. But people are. It's lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't like her fifth kid that has gone to a D1 school and finna go to the league. You know what I'm saying? She learning as she goes too.
Yeah,
So she
she
learning to
learning.
put Twitter away when she emotional. So we got to understand that and stop. We looking at K5 all funny now. Like, bro, y'all relax, man. Everybody got people that they talk to, vent to. His mom is close. She talked about it the other day on the space. They close. So it ain't like he called
Yeah,
her crying or anything like that. They probably just talking in conversation. He could have been laughing. He could have been like, man, mama, this man crazy. He came here and said this and said that. Woo, woo, woo. We don't know.
yeah. See,
So stuff like that, y'all gotta let go.
yeah, and the way that she said it, I guess, like you just say, he's from out there, California, San Diego, wherever. Um, they probably haven't heard coaches talk like that to kids like that. Down here in Florida, South Florida to be exact, coaches will call you sorry quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They not holding no. They boy, you sorry? Yeah, and that's just
They
what it
better go to
is. You know what I'm
YouTube,
saying?
look up Year of
Oh
the
man,
Bull.
oh man, don't even let Coach Max get in your face. That's it. Coach Max gonna have parents crying, want to sue. He called me something, but the one thing I will say about that is, as a player, you should if the coach come call you sorry, man, you should say, okay, well, what is it I gotta do for you not to call me sorry? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact,
Right.
hey, teammates, man, let's go out here and work while we got some extra time to work. You know what I'm saying? That's where you build that character, and trust. Instead of getting on social media or on the phone complaining, go out there and work. Outwork somebody. Outwork. Go do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get on the field or do what you got to do. But when a new era, I guess they get motivated by getting on social media or phones, and somebody said the other day, man, we should have kept the turnover chain. I say, well, the players they only get motivated for a chain. I don't even want to watch sports no more. That's it hurts me to say you only get motivated because you want to put a chain on. I mean, I know it's not true. The players don't care about that like that, but just not that's not motivation to me. You know what I'm saying? That should be
Nah.
like oh man, we got a turnover. Let's go. Offense, get out there and do something. You know what I'm saying? What's more important,
Right.
the turnover chain or the offense going out there and scoring some points? So what do you say? TJ Capers, snap. Oh yeah, TJ. Yeah, TJ Capers, old boy, used to snap on our asses. Yeah. You talk about the old boy? Yeah. Oh man, I was at the game. Everybody's asking me about TJ Capers and Ruben Bain. I say, man, look, y'all ask me about some other commits. Like, don't ask me about those two.
So what we looking like? We had a bunch of IMG folks in the recruiting section this past game. Of course, my goal was there. I think the tight end was there as well. That's already committed.
Yeah, I think it
We
was like three other IMG offensive linemen that came down. I think two of them was underclassmen, 24 kids,
Yeah,
and another one was 23.
and
Um,
what's his name? Desmond Ricks reclassified to 2023. So
23. Yeah.
Ooh,
See, see,
ooh.
see. Now, and here's the thing with Desmond Rick's thing. I think if he commits soon, you got to look Wednesday see where Monty McClain go. If Monty goes to Bama, then I can see Rick's going to Florida.
Mhm.
So and
but
I
if
ain't counting
Kamani
you on
comes here,
Mountain.
Ricks is coming here.
I would love for we get both of those guys, man.
Who they say
Man,
I saw an article today. I didn't stop and read it, but they said we made an offer to somebody from IMG over the weekend.
Yeah, I think it was one of the underclassmen offensive linemen. No, 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 no,
Oh,
no. That
okay.
was was it the receiver guy? I think it was the receiver.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
I didn't
think
get a
it's the
chance to see the
receiver.
name. What's going on with Should we wait and let him talk about it whenever he does, or what's going on with Jackson?
Well, from what I was hearing, I was hearing it's supposed to be official pretty soon for him to
official.
be, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, again, I'm gonna let him break that story,
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm.
um, and stuff like that, and then you got to see what. Well, I don't know. I have to holler. I'm gonna have to talk to one of the coaches because I want to see. The coaches have to say, yeah, we want you in this class, the 23 class, so they'll have to agree.
Mm.
You know,
Shit, they ain't saying no. Shit.
I mean,
Right.
obviously not. You know what I'm saying? But still, like, they got to make sure, like, okay, yeah, we gonna put you in this class because they still want to go out there and recruit the other kids. So maybe
Mm.
he wasn't a number to them to next year. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
guys saying, oh, we got one spot got filled because we have a kid that reclassified. Do we really want him in that 23 class? Yes, we take
Yes,
him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
telling you,
absolutely.
don't even gamble with that shit. Let that boy stay in high school another year, and somebody else gonna scoop his ass up. No, don't even gamble with that shit. Come on, bro.
yeah, yeah.
So so
Um,
if the heavens opened up and blessed all the Kane fans, you got Kamani McLean, you got Ricks, you got Tonio over at Dillard, and then you got homeboy over at American Heritage, Damari Brown.
I like that. Don't forget about Stafford, Robert Stafford,
Oh yeah,
the
the
other
big
cornerback.
corner. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
him. I love him.
Hmm.
I'm talking about
Stat,
man. We can be in some good hands next couple of years with some corners, man. Because I like Chris Graves,
Hmm.
yeah,
Rogers, um, Harris, then Stafford here, and then once you get Damari, and if you get those other two, oh man, we some real good.
Hmm.
That'll be
I
like
tell you what.
almost what Charlie Strong did with the linebacker. Like Charlie Strong immediately changing the whole linebacker room next year.
Hmm.
I'm telling you right now, if we get that type of DB room, man, look, I I don't even. They better play they're going to play their first year, so they're not redshirting. I know that.
I don't
Yeah,
necessarily know. I mean, they probably good enough, but who knows? Because we still working this transfer portal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one that be so hyped to thrust in freshmen and shit. I like for guys to learn and develop. That's just me. But I see what you're saying because you got Kalmani, he's a special kid and all that kind of shit. So, well, shit, we
well,
just got to get these motherfuckers first.
and with cornerback, if the kid is fast, he can run. Cornerback is probably, I ain't gonna say it's the easiest position to play on the field, but it's you running with a receiver. You know what I'm saying? All it
Right.
takes is athletic ability and you know what I'm saying, being able to
That's
flip your
it.
hips. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't, oh man, I gotta read the defense. The coach say, oh, we playing man. Oh, that man, that's me in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this
Hmm.
zone, this my area. That's that ain't. I mean, I think anybody could do that, obviously,
That's
but
it.
it should be that hard. But
Should be.
yeah, it should be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard, man. But yeah,
I ain't
man,
got no
we
obvious man
definitely
today.
gonna be good, man. Recruiting, man. Talking with a few of the recruits and some coaches. Um, you know, a lot of the recruits basically like, man, yeah, we just can't wait to get there, man, because we know we can get
Mm.
in there and help immediately. You know what I'm saying? They buying into what Mario and the staff is preaching. So
Right.
we gonna be in good hands, man. I think everybody's waiting on Ruben Bain to commit. I'm just waiting on Pancake. I'm waiting on
Yeah.
I was
Pancake.
gonna ask you about that, bro.
Waiting on Pancake. Once Pancake commit, then I think our offensive line to be done. They'll probably end up going to get probably 2 kids in the portal. That does have game time experience. because you don't want to put freshman offensive linemen out there unless they just. I mean, as good as Pancake and Francis are and will be, it's just. Do you want to put true freshmen out there like that? I mean, it
especially
can
at
work,
tackle.
and then it can't. You know what I'm saying? So, then we have to see what Zion does. If Zion stays, come back another year, which I think he should, then we should be okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind saying, okay, we could put one of those guys on the right side and he gets help, and still groom him for next year for the left side. You know what I'm saying? But we'll be good with the offensive line. Running back, they still looking at Chris Johnson. Obviously, he's looking at Ole Miss a lot. Yeah, Ole Miss telling him everything that he needs to hear. I still think he ends up at UM. Receiver room, it's getting real thin. I've heard something the other day. They saying they think they're gonna be able to flip a receiver. I don't know. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Tight, well, we good tight end. We solid at tight end. We solid at quarterback. Things we got to work on is D-line and the defensive back room.
And I would almost say this too with running backs. If we lose Chris Johnson, we got so many 2024 kids that are exactly what we're looking for at running back. We could possibly take two to three kids in 2024 and miss out on Chris Johnson. And I say that because we missed out, or so far we missed out on Cedric Baxter. Right, Baxter was the guy to get. We
That's a
missed
fucking
out on Mark
unicorn,
Fletcher.
dog.
Yeah, we missed out on Mark Fletcher too. So we could take Chris Johnson, and I like Chris Johnson for the speed. But are we looking at a slot receiver, or are we looking for a running back?
I think we looking for a playmaker, man. Just get somebody who can make a play. We need some playmakers, man, because what we do know is Citizen is going to be the future. You know what I'm saying? So once Citizen gets healthy, Citizen is the guy. So you just need somebody to just come give him a break here and there. Now,
I want somebody to come take his spot.
Well, yeah. The one good thing about the running back room is all of them will come back next year. I mean, they can. All of them could come. I'm talking about every last one could come back next year. So, even trying to get two this year or one, it's not a big deal, but you always want to get kids. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget, you could get somebody out the portal too.
X, you think you think that Jamari Ford offer comes committable after a while?
Yeah, I think close to signing day it'll be committable. He already committed to UAB. I think he likes it there, but he likes UM too. So, I think if the staff feel like they, well, I ain't gonna say it's not a miss, but if they don't get the exact number that they want, then it becomes a committable offer.
Okay. I think Gaddis can use him though. He seems like a weapon. You know what I'm saying? I think Gaddis can use him. Not that he's going to come in and we know we kind of want a special teamer when it comes to him, but I think Gaddis can make a weapon out of him, man. I think Gaddis would like having if Gaddis is going to steal. I don't think Gaddis going nowhere.
And then he's a special team specialist. So
right.
He can get a punt return and get us past the 50 or a kick return and get us past. Field position is important. Field position is important, man. We definitely need somebody who could return punts and kicks, stuff like that. So, 2400 M. I mean, I don't think we need to blitz much because the defensive line is getting pressure. They're getting major pressure. I don't think we need to blitz a lot like that.
I don't know about that, X. I think I would like to see some more blitzing. They get pressure, but they get pressure, but it's just like, it's. I think it's times we can help them. You know what I'm saying? I think we can help. We can't. So my thing with Kevin Steele, and I look at his defense, and it's a good defense. Don't get it twisted. But if we only using 4 and we still getting home, I just feel like our defense should be better than it is. I know a lot of it is mental mistakes, but I think he has to mix up some of the shit that he does with that front 7. You know what I'm saying?
Because the problem we having is setting the edge, and also, and this may not even be our D-line's fault, but when we let quarterbacks scramble, eh, we're not. It's like we're not tackling the quarterback before they get a first down. So
Right.
eh, I don't know if that's a D line thing, if that's a linebacker thing, but
That's not the line. The line has to occupy. If they make a play, they make a play. But usually the line is occupying. The linebackers are running free. So though I'm not blaming anybody. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit down and look at the film. But usually D line, they occupy the bodies in front of them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
It's the linebackers behind them. And I don't know if they're just not. I will say this: like I love Flag. I love what Flag is doing. Flag has earned everything that he's given. But I would like to see a little bit more of Caleb and probably Wesley because these are the guys that can get to the flats. And
Mhm.
that's where we have a problem with those quarterbacks and they start getting to the outside and shit. Like you saying about that setting the edge. A lot of our edge guys be double blocked or pinned in. We don't have
Right.
linebackers fast. We have them, but we got to get linebackers out there that's going to be fast enough to get out there to the flat. Like I saw it, Caleb did it against UNC. The man shook him out of his shoes, but he got out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I just want to see a little bit more.
I saw the Saint, so he saved the touchdown. Looking at film review once again, and it was a heads up play. It wasn't even him covering his zone. He saw the ball going one direction, and he immediately darted behind the line and assisted in making that tackle. And I was like, that's I I don't think I saw a linebacker move that fast. From
Man,
anybody else we have on the team.
I'm excited about Wesley. I'm excited about the three linebackers we got that's committed. Um, those guys are fast, man. Especially my guy, Bobby Washington, man. He's fast, like super
Mm-hmm.
fast.
And he
Um,
Yeah.
hit too.
and he hitting. You know what I'm saying? All them boys hitting. They hitting, especially Popo.
Mm-hmm.
Popo hitting. Popo,
Mm-hmm.
he coming. He
Popo a
hitting.
goddamn Popo a damn safety out there, bro. I
Popo
like that
hitting,
kid.
man.
That nigga's a
So
safety playing
I'm
linebacker,
excited.
dog.
I'm excited about the linebacker room in the future. It's just gonna keep getting better. Coach Charlie Strong's he's the guy for that position. We've
Um,
been missing a
Mm-hmm.
long time. Um,
do we get Stan Quan?
I think Stanquan's
That'd
flipped.
be
I'm
great.
talking with him and his mom. His mom, she was trying to throw me off, talking about, oh, he's gonna stay with Louisville. I say, well,
Mm-hmm.
that Louisville staff is probably not gonna be that next year. She's like, oh yeah, we know, we talk about that all the time. I'm like, stop lying, you ain't talking about that. Cause when I said that, your face lit up like, what you heard? I'm like, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Mm-hmm.
we can flip Stay Quiet Clark, add him, just adds more depth to that linebacker position that you desperately need.
Yeah.
You still think we got an opportunity for the Fletcher flip?
Nah, I think Fletcher's done. I think he
Nah,
gonna
that's
stick
it.
with. Yeah, I think he gonna
It's
stick
done.
with Ohio State. Ohio
Nah.
State just they doing a beautiful job at recruiting him, man.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
And
I'm
they
saying? I
winning.
think, and they winning, they winning. So
But
Yeah,
look,
Quentin
hey,
Johnston,
hey,
and
why we still slightly on the defensive side of the ball? Do you think that we haven't seen all of Steele's defense? Because the thing with Steele said we were gonna be multiple, we were gonna do different shit, different formations. Like that's why we got us to Cyrus Moss because we know he's not like a regular end and shit. Um, and I remember in the spring he said he had to pull back and basically dumb down the defense a little bit. So do you think like we just haven't seen everything that he got up his sleeve?
I think okay. So the way he coaches the strength of another team. I think we haven't played a team that's um again like okay. So the 7 games we played, the only offensive juggernaut team we played was North Carolina. Everybody else was like, okay, man, they offense is all right. It's like, we should be able to handle what they got coming at us. North Carolina, you he schemed for them, but it's like, okay, can I play this different type of style defense, the 3-3-5 or the four
Right.
two five, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. He basically said, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we can just sit out there in our base defense because nobody is really coming with something that's just oh man, we can't handle it, so let me switch it up. You know what I'm saying? And then again, he's allowing his 4D linemen to get at the quarterback, and they doing a good job at that. You know, so
Well, I mean, eh, we got a lot of talent coming in. A lot of I'm excited about, like you mentioned, having Popo, getting Bobby Washington. Bobby or Robbie is the linebacker.
Bobby is the linebacker. Robbie is the Marshall Falk guy that Streeter says.
Right. So we get Bobby in. We got Malik Bryant. Whole, if we get Stan Quan, I mean, having those four guys at linebacker, will our linebacking core will look completely different. And the thing I gotta say about Malik Bryant, the element that he brings to the table is, as a linebacker, you do have to take on blocks and be able to shed those blocks and get to that next level. And I feel like he's the most prepared guy to do stuff like that, to go up against some of your linemen.
Yeah,
And so I really like him too as a linebacker, because he's a guy who's really, really gonna set his side of whatever side of the field he's on. You're gonna be hard pressed to really run on his side. So I like him for that reason.
yeah. And then the fact that he does go and put his hand in the dirt sometime, or he lines up on the outside of the tackle. So yeah, he does have that experience where he could get off blocks and stuff like that.
Right.
But I just know with Popo and then with Bobby, those guys play excellent in space and they could run. Malik could run too, but those two other guys, they play real good in space. Especially Bobby.
Right.
Bobby could just fly around the field like he's a defensive back.
Right.
So we definitely, man, I'm loving the linebacker room. The defensive ends we have coming in, the ones who's there with Najee, especially, you know, we we definitely need capers. We definitely need capers.
Yeah.
I mean, that ain't no secret. We definitely need capers, man. But we in good hands, man. We're in good hands with the staff.
Hey,
Man, first
what
year,
what
man.
about I got one for you. What about Impemba?
And Pimba is tricky, man, because I just talked to one of the coaches from IMG, and they were saying he really likes UM, but everything is pointing towards Georgia. So I'm like, man, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
a lot of it got to do with, man,
Winnie.
kids coming back on visits. Once they start coming back on visits, I know Mario and the staff, they could get them. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, and that's why the other one, Nicholas Harbor, like, that's up in there because he hasn't came on a visit. But if he did come on a visit, you probably see something where he'd be like, oh man, UM is where I want to go. So yeah, and then winning does cure a lot too. Winning does cure a lot. You know what I'm saying? Who is this Zay Fit guy keeps saying James Will? You obsessed with James Will or something? Like, God.
Hey, look, I be trying not to mute people in the chat because Street want to have we got to have people here for the content and shit. But I be like, bro, sometimes that shit get annoying, man.
Man, I only be paying attention to it, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to read the comments because I see people asking questions, he just said like 10 straight times, James Williams, okay, like, okay.
Well, real quick,
So,
before we get on James Williams, I want to say Impemba set his last visit to be with us with Miami. So that's
That's
an indication. Yeah.
That's
You
nice.
have it.
Let's hope
You
something
have it.
come out of it.
Because the Damian Wilson thing, I heard that Ohio State is most likely gonna lock that up. Because Ohio State thought they was gonna get the other kid, the number one defensive end, what's his name? Keenan.
Oh, the
I
boy
think
from
that's his name.
Jacksonville.
No, he's from Tampa. I think he's from Tampa area. Keenan, I
The one
forget
that
his name.
the one that decommitted from
From
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he from Jacksonville, I think. What is his
No.
name?
He's in Tampa. He's in Tampa because he
You
plays.
sure?
He plays at that. He plays at that high school in Tampa. It's a Catholic school. I remember that school. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was either way. That
Keon Keeley.
Yeah, that's him, Keon
yeah,
Keeley. Yeah, so
that's a defensive end, dog. That man
yeah.
take jump off. My God, boy, I pay him
Yeah,
whatever the hell he wanted to come to UM.
he's that's an Ohio State Alabama battle, and I think Alabama going to get him, so that's why Ohio
Mm-hmm.
State turned the heat up on Damon Wilson. Um,
Man,
and
I sent rules to his house.
Georgia turning the heat up on Mapimba, but I just Rich just informed me that he's coming to on that visit,
Yeah,
which would be
we got his
good.
last visit. Last time I
I
checked.
want
So
him and I still want him and Nicholas Harbor. I want Harbor to come on the visit, man. Cause that's
Mm-hmm.
just a freak nature. He's a freak athlete. Like you just ain't finna have a 6'5", 225, 230 kid running a 4'3". You know what I'm saying? Just get him here. He can play whatever you want to play.
my only
You got a
issue with
shot
him.
at Nicholas Harper?
If you get him on a visit, we just got to get him on a visit. I don't know. I think Mario or Ruiz got to fly the jet or the helicopter and go pick him up. Come on down.
My only issue with him is where's his focus? Like, is he gonna focus on football? Because obviously he could be as good as he wants to be at football, but he has the aspiration of running track too, and the skill set that it's gonna take. Because it's all fun and games in high school when you could be 200 pounds and be a top flight DN. But when you get to college, man, and you playing against guys who've been in the system 3, 4, 5 years, I mean, you got to be all of 250, 260, plus pounds at DN. So it's going to be up to him to really narrow down what the hell he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
all
but you
for it.
take the gamble. You take the gamble regardless, and he might
As a
say, "Hey,
school,
I want
yeah, as
to."
a school.
Yeah,
As a school, you just say, come
he
on, I don't
might.
care.
Right. He might want to say, "Man, I do want to try this track thing out." Then you say, because an athlete like X was saying, "All right, fuck it, play wide receiver and keep them 220." You know what I'm
man,
saying? You just too much of an athlete to turn them down.
man, if you want to come in and play quarterback, come on. you can come,
Okay,
you can come
I
call,
feel you.
you
I
can come
feel you.
call plays, man. Matter of fact, you come be the office coordinator. Come on, man. Just come to UM, man. But yeah, UM is not recruiting Kenny. I mean, they are. They offer
Either.
them obviously, but he has no interest in Miami at all. So UM not finna be recruiting people if they have no interest. So yeah, I heard Michigan did some things for Harbor. They telling Harbor, man, you can play tight end, receiver, defensive end, you can run track. They tell him everything. I don't think going to tell him he could play all that. I don't
Well,
think they telling him you could play run track too. I think I don't know why. I mean, we used to do it back in the days. I don't know why we still ain't doing it, but
check this out. What would Alabama or Georgia tell him?
I think Bama definitely gonna be like, man, you're gonna be a defensive end for us.
Right.
Same with
They
Georgia.
can do that though. They got the clout.
Same
We
with
can't do
Georgia.
that shit.
Yeah,
We beggars can't be choosy. They can do that shit.
yeah. The schools he's looking at, Michigan, South Carolina. I mean, South Carolina, obviously, what's going on over there? Really nothing. But they saying you could come be our next. What was the big defensive end they had that time that almost killed the guy from Michigan?
Clowney.
Clowney. You come be our Jadavian Clowney. That's you right there. You know what I'm saying? Michigan. Oh, you come be. They just had the first round defensive end last year. You come be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So you will. Oh,
Clowney
you
was
come
like
be
260 pounds though.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was.
Clowney was big, yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, just an example, like oh, you come be Greg Russo or Jalen Phillips. You know what I'm saying? So,
True.
he has options. It's just, I mean, like you said, at the end of the day, it's on him whether does he really want to play football. You know.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Like Texas isn't one of his leaders because he can go over there and run. They got a great fucking track. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna be back on the up and coming with football. I'm shocked Texas ain't on his top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's true. LSU as well.
Yes,
Mhm.
LSU is like one of those programs I think he fits good into. You know, but again, I just don't know why. The schools, I mean, South Carolina, Michigan, you know, I have Michigan, I give Michigan it, but South Carolina, I'm like, you know.
Right. Shoot. Well, shout out to South Carolina. They beat A&M the other day.
Well, who ain't beating AM besides us? Man,
so
this is crazy.
so check it out. Brian Kelly is over at LSU. Mario Cristobal is at Miami. Who has the better yet record in year two?
LSU going to get better. LSU is going to get better. I mean, as of now, I'm gonna say LSU will have the better record year too.
LSU?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going off of what's going on right now.
That's only fair, bro.
Yeah, if we doing what we doing, then yeah, I'm just have to go with what LSU got going on. But I mean, you know, then we'll get better because now you know the players will be in the system a whole year, a whole nother off season, so they can only get better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as of now, I just say yeah, LSU. I just go with LSU. LSU
Yeah,
definitely.
I think that's fair. That's a fair evaluation
One
because
thing,
right now we
you know,
looking rough.
one thing I say about LSU, I'm like, man, you know, they basically the only college really in that whole entire state. So, they got other colleges obviously, but they don't have to recruit with nobody else in that state. That's the only school that's going to get the best players in that state. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they
That's
have
true.
all the talent because they don't have to recruit with nobody in that state. You know, you got to recruit with you got to recruit with Florida for the state. That's just the other two big schools in the state. Not to mention you got the rest of the country. You know what I'm saying?
Bama,
So it's like,
Georgia, Clemson.
yes, you got the rest of the country. So it's like, yeah, you gotta recruit against all that. You know, LSU recruits against who? Who in that state? Who they recruit against? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
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 So it's like, you know, you just got to do it. They got to win games. You got to win games. Got to produce. Kids, you know, get kids to the NFL. TJK was a junior. He's a junior.
Yeah.
He looks like
You, you know what?
he look like he a fifth year veteran in NFL though.
You know
Man,
what's funny about LSU? X?
I'm struggling
They
over here,
say
man.
you alright, Scream. You in the bathroom, bro?
I'm having these coach,
you help out?
having some Coach Hayes difficulties over here. I ain't never had no difficulties like this with Stream Hard. I ain't never struggled like that, you know. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to something. Go ahead, Kyle, and I'll let y'all listen to something.
Oh no, I was just gonna tell X. You know what's funny about that LSU thing? What you saying is the couple of LSU fans I talked to, they say they mostly be UM fans. They say they like LSU. If you ain't an LSU fan, you mostly be a UM fan. That's the funny part.
I could see
Man,
that
listen,
too.
one thing I learned is from the 80s to the 90s, you know, even the early 2000s, a lot of these college fans of other teams did like UM at one point.
Right.
You know, especially the fans in the state of Florida. All that before they became Florida State fans, they were UM fans.
They
You know
were.
what I'm saying? I won't speak for the Gators fans. You know, I ain't never cared much about them like that anyway. But before Florida State fans were fans, they were UM fans. They pride themselves on being just like UM. Once Florida State got good, we could do it. You know, no, y'all was UM fans before.
Right.
And I ain't even gonna speak about the rest of the schools in the state.
Yeah, the Gator fans was always north of Orlando, and that's if you didn't go to, Florida. So
Yeah, I almost committed to Florida, man. I'm glad I didn't.
You play basketball?
Yeah, I was supposed to go that way with UD and Brent Wright.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Man, I had a racist experience at Florida, and I was like, I can't go here, man. People gonna try to kill me.
Brent Wright, end of my high school career as a sophomore. That boy dropped 30 on us. I saw him at the park the other day, and I still was mad at him. He was like, "What's up, street?" I was like, "Man, fuck you!" Like it was like a reflex. I was like, "Man, 30 years ago." So listen, man, this is Kevin Steele. They asked Kevin Steele about James Williams and wrapping up. Did y'all see that?
Nope.
Okay, here we go. Let me see if y'all can hear this. Let's see if it's loud enough.
Improve that, but we did regress a little bit this past week, particularly late in. And I think one of the biggest things we've got to, in this process that he was talking about in the change, is that we got to learn, as Coach said, and these are coaches' words, to learn how to win. And part of that, too, is when things are not going just right, that's when you really, really have to rely on your technique.
Basically, I mean, I don't know if I caught the first part, but basically he said you got to wrap up the tackle. He's not gonna say James' name. He ain't gonna throw him under the bus. You know what I'm saying? And basically, he just said, "Hey, listen, man, you got to wrap up the tackle. We were doing pretty good at that. Now we regress." So that just made me believe after talking to Steele, because Steele's talks to us pretty candidly. You know what I'm saying? That makes me believe that's on James. I'm not sure why he's choosing to. I'm not sure why he's choosing to tackle that way. People saying he's afraid. I don't think he's afraid of nothing. I don't know, but it sounds like we're teaching it, and it's not getting through to him.
That's how James tackled
Habits.
since he been a kid. Like,
yep, bad habits.
It's not right. It ain't right, but that's just how he been tackling since he was in little league and in high school.
Yeah, James isn't retarded. Like, he understands somebody teach him something, right? You go to practice 8 o'clock every day, dog. like why? Like, nah, he can't get a pass on that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Does it have anything to do with his height? Is it something like Cal said? He saw Mari Carter get kicked out of how many games?
Almost every
fucking game.
Almost all of, but
maybe he's trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
They do work on fundamentals every day. They work on fundamentals every day.
Habits. Yeah, it's bad habits. I just think he was never taught really to tackle. He was always the biggest person on the field, so he was just bringing his body. In college, everybody big. You know what I'm saying? So he's hitting you and thinking he's going to get you down. You just have to go back to the fundamentals of, okay, let me start wrapping up. The assumption that people saying he's scared. I mean, I don't know what y'all. I just be saying stuff to say stuff.
Yeah, he used to being bigger than everybody, and what he got to realize is everybody at that level got pads on too, so they coming with it. So
James Williams to be scared, he wouldn't even be trying to touch anybody. Like, stop being dumb and think logical. He's on the field. He's not scared. Like, I don't know where y'all get that from, but I get it. Fans just gonna say stuff. It's cool, but he's not a DN either. I mean, I don't know why y'all keep thinking James is 6'5", 220. Where you see DN at? Like, he ain't gaining 40, 50 pounds.
He's a skinny kid. Like, he doesn't. Let me put it this way. He wears his. Right. He wears his weight well, because it doesn't look like, if somebody says James is going to be overweight next year, you ain't going to be able to tell. He just have that kind of frame, bro. But y'all look at 6'5" and be thinking, it's not like that. But again, it's bad habits. Got to be corrected. Maybe he's probably never been held accountable for that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you look at a guy like LeBron. Yeah, like when you look at a guy like LeBron and he gets over to Miami and you realize this nigga 6'8", 260 and can't post up. Ain't nobody ever made him do it. He never had to do it. It just never, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to take time and people going to have to get it out of him. Yeah, and you learn.
Yeah, his body frame, certain people's body frame aren't meant to gain that type of weight. You know what I'm saying? He's straight up and down at 6'5", 220, 225 at the most. His body just isn't meant for him to gain 40, 50 pounds. I don't. But
put cool, it this way, like you look at, let's put it this way, X. Look at Andre Johnson, who played at 6'3", 220. His 220, 230. His shit look way different than James. Way different than James.
Yeah.
Andre Johnson looked like he could have put on 30 more pounds if he wanted to. If he wanted to play another position. Yeah.
And probably still could have ran a 4.4, 4.3.
Yep.
But
I
yeah,
want, yeah, I wanted to get it. I actually wanted to talk a little bit about, man, game day going to Jackson State and Southern. I think Southern undefeated in their conference, and
Mhm.
Jackson State is what 7-0 because they Jackson State they ain't going out there getting raped by no Power Five school. Um, it's the first time, right? It's the first time game day even got anywhere close, right,
I'm guessing, yeah.
to an HBCU. Um, I know they went to Appalachian State and with their game. And I was saying about Jackson State. Jackson State may not have to become the best team in the nation. They may become the biggest show in the nation.
Mhm.
We forget that this is entertainment, right? Like football is entertainment. We act like it's Christianity, or we act like it's Islam and is our life, is a way of life, and Nike done made us believe it's etched in our DNA. But it's entertainment. And Dion has figured out a way to be a lot more entertaining. They couldn't have practiced last week because Dion was on 60 Minutes. He was on Donahue. He was on Ricky Lake. He was on Oaks. He couldn't have been at practice last week, dog. And through marketing, he's figured out a way to make his team entertaining, and now they're good. The boys was on Good Morning America today, dog.
Yeah, no. Matter of fact, they was just on. I think I just seen him, the son, and Travis Hunter on a magazine cover.
They've been on a few.
Yeah, he dramatically changed the whole trajectory of the HBCU. Well, I won't say the whole for his school, at least for his
For
team.
his school, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
That's
least
why
but
for his
I'm not
team.
so sure. That's why I'm not so sure if that shit is sustainable unless somebody comes along and it's got to be two. Can't just have Jackson State because like you say, he's not finna go up there and play no Power Five school and get his ass beat for no damn
Well,
reason.
I mean, Dion said he said he's not going to do that. Why? He said
Right. So that's
it
why I
ain't
say
about us going to get the money. He like, no, I'm not finna
right.
take my team to play them when we know we're gonna lose. But I think it's definitely good for HBCU. Obviously, um, they got to start getting better coaches like that at some
Mm-hmm.
HBCUs.
I was I was I was I was talking to FAMU the other night, and the coach was like, "Yeah, man, it is good." I was talking to FAMU and the Florida State coach, big older guy. He was like, "It's good what Dion is doing," but deep down inside, they feel like that's happening that way because it's Dion. See, you got to
That's the
understand.
truth.
You got to understand that no different than Dion understanding marketing and branding in the NFL, and everybody looking at him like he's crazy. It's still now him at 50 years old. He still understands it, and everybody's still looking at him like he's crazy because they don't understand
Well,
it.
I
And
think go ahead, Street.
yeah, so when I'm talking to him, he's like, "Man, listen, man, like we ain't got no money for no NIL. This is FAMU now."
Mm-hmm.
I say, "Dog, but all this alumni that walk around, my girlfriend in here, she fam to death. It did the kid." I say, "All this alumni y'all got, y'all don't have any like a couple big business owners. Y'all have to." He said, "Bro, we done got them in the room. We done tried. They want to support what they want to support.
They only supporting
Mm-hmm.
that the marching 100.
The tradition.
mm-hmm.
All we want to do is have fun and dance, bro. It's the
Mhm.
tradition."
What's what somebody has to do? Um, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole or anything like that. But what somebody has to do is the same thing, I guess. Somebody probably had to do to our president. Besides the whole Kirk Herbstreit thing, somebody has to show them how profitable this can be for the school if we invest in the fucking football program. Football is a fucking multi-billion-dollar industry, bro. We can get a piece of that. But these people have to understand that shit. They probably just turn their nose at football.
I think Dion is trying, dog. Like even though they don't understand, I think right now he's trying. He's running across the country trying to strike a match. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
Yeah.
seeing if
Mm-hmm.
somebody gonna catch fire with him.
Right.
And
Right. Right.
I will say this too, with the advent of the transfer portal right now, you got kids that are 3 and 4 star kids that are stuck in that motherfucker. I mean, you could really, really base everything that you do around a lot of what you do around the transfer portal to get better talent on the field. Also, I feel like another resource that they could use that does not cost a lot of money is all those guys who coach at the high school level who, you know, do coach, football players that have gone to the NFL. We all know these local coaches. Look at Miami Central, who really know how to coach. You can get some dogs in there who know how to coach your guys. It's going to be a pay bump for them, and it's going to help their career. So it's a lot of what they could do outside of just, oh, the state ain't giving us enough money. Um, you could also bring in big business. It don't have to be alumni.
Right.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi. You get what I'm saying? If Coca-Cola is your sponsor, say we ride with Coke. We not doing nothing with Pepsi. If Pepsi's your sponsor, do the same thing with Pepsi, and be like, you can't bring no Coke on this campus. Only doing Pepsi. It's things you could do. You just got to really think outside of the box and really get
Hmm.
adjusted to what's going on in college football with all these TV contracts and everything else.
Yeah. I also think I thought at one point I know Bethune, I think I'm not sure if it was family. It was another school that was in contact with the Jordan Jumpman brand. And I was saying, well, that would have been huge if once those schools started getting branded by some of these big shoe contracts, either Jumpman or Nike. And then Nike does give them clothes and stuff, but they aren't branded by them. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
Right.
So
man,
I
listen.
think LeBron did something with FAMU.
Let me consult one of these goddamn schools.
Hmm.
Rich, how the hell I become a consultant? I would show them how to make HBCU look cool.
Right.
It's right there in their face. They just don't see it. It's right there in their face. They just don't see it. Um, what Dion doing, taking Travis Hunter around with him everywhere, right?
Hmm.
Dog. That's no different than what I figured out with media and me and the relationship to the kids that I had that a lot of other people didn't have. What he's saying is, look at my 5 star. My 5 star is with me talking to Strahan on Good Morning America. Your 5 star working hard, hoping to get the depth chart, right? I get it. But this is what I did for my 5 star. The one that chose
Right.
to come to me, this is what I did for him.
He gonna change his mama life year one, not year 5, not year 7 in the league. Year 1.
He,
That's basically what he's saying.
bro, I would go to fam, any one of these schools. Just send me a school. Send me a school and then send me to your video department where your people at the cameras. Y'all gotta have a video department, whatever. And I would show them how to make their school look cool. Cause you gotta understand it. HBCUs are cool as shit.
Yes, they are.
The people, you got the yards, the girls walking around, you got the
Hmm.
the band, like the whole, even the game. The game is a better show. Southern versus Jackson State is a better event than Miami versus Florida State. Anybody want to test me on that?
No, it's just the production. The production is different. That's all.
It's a
That's
better
it. The
event.
production is different.
And you know how I realized the X? I went to go shoot some sorry HBCUs. I went to go shoot Howard versus, I forgot. It was Howard versus the yellow team out of Virginia. I forget their name. And I shot and I had my camera, like I always have my camera by myself. And I could not do it. I could not shoot the band, the Starlight Girls, the cheerleaders. It was so much to see, right?
Hmm.
I couldn't do it. If you go to Miami versus Florida State, what you see? The game.
yeah, you
Game.
just going
That's
for the
it.
game. You just
And then
going
they're
for the
trying to
game.
create bells and whistles and music, and they're trying to create it, right? HBCU has it right there. No technology, no nothing, no announcer, no. We got the and it is it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing.
The TV
Even
stations
the
don't know how
announcing
to
is
shoot it
better.
right. Listen, the TV stations don't know how to shoot it right. They're going to show Jackson State, blah, blah, blah. They're going to show it, right? And they're going to do it the same way they do Appalachian State and the same way. They're not going to show it right. They're not going to shoot it right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me consult with HBCU. I bet you I could make goddamn Mississippi State, Valley State look cool. It's all right there. They're just not using it.
Well, one thing I never see too when I'm watching an HBCU game is just like the Power Fives do. I don't see a lot of commercials about the program itself, like the academics, how to get, you know what I'm saying, where they're located,
Mm-hmm.
what do they stand for. You don't really see a lot of that, and I think they could really do, especially with the historical context of a HBCU, they could do a really good job with and I see that comment too. But they could do a really good job with that as well.
Yeah. Bro, listen. Prime is not even completely doing it. All Prime is showing is football. You know what I'm saying? And them having fun. That's the same formula that I taught the guy from Fayetteville, North Carolina, to build a travel team. Now he has probably the best travel team in North Carolina. It's the same formula. But with HBCU, you could take that camera on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, you could show the difference between walking on campus at Auburn and walking on campus at goddamn FAMU.
Yeah,
We're
for
talking
one,
to
you know,
young black athletes, dog.
yeah,
Show
it's
the
the culture.
difference.
It's the culture. It's basically the culture.
It's the coochie.
I mean, whatever you want to call it.
It's the feeling. Like they say Jackson State getting 40,000 a game.
Hey, that's it.
And they put all I can't share anything. Something wrong with my computer today. But they put all the D1 schools that ain't getting 40,000 a game. I'm surprised how they skipped us. Maybe they ain't got our numbers.
Well, you know, we private, so they not gonna say private school.
It was a lot of schools that don't get 40,000 a game. Somebody in the comments say because they trying to be like HBCU. They
Oh,
are.
you mean 40,000? You mean 40,000 fans? I thought you
Yeah.
saying 40,000. Well, I'm about to say
No,
what?
talking about
That can't be.
fans. Fans.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, and then I think they announced Saturday there was like 52,000. They say 52,000 paid.
Yeah.
But it's definitely wasn't 52,000 in the stadium. But
So-
you know what,
Yeah.
Streeter?
What's up?
When I was walking through the stadium, you know, they got areas where most of the fans just don't even go sit down. They out there getting drunk,
Bro.
eating food, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is where they be.
Yeah.
I be like, I know I be seeing people at the stadium, but I just like, oh, this is where they really be. They be out there, and I forget what it's called.
It's a couple places. It's
a couple places where they
in that
all be
stadium.
right there.
They're like little caves, like, and normal people would never see them. Because every time we go to my boy's suite, we see them all. It's a little place in there where they got a bunch of little mini arcade games for kids. Your kids will never see it. You know what? Because
Yeah.
yours ain't got 20 grand to give to you. You know what I'm saying? To give It's a lot of stuff in that stadium that a lot of y'all would never see. Just because the level. And I sat down with Gerald, the guy who does IOD Squad. Man, make sure I hit the like button for us. And we talked. I interviewed him in the suite. And we talked about him giving 30,000, 40,000, and Miami losing. How he feel about that? We talked about IOD Squad and him and learning how to invest. Me introducing him learning how to invest. That's gonna come out. That'll come out this week. But no, man, with the HBCU thing, man, is Dion is trying to show them, and I don't know how many people are paying attention. I don't know how many people actually understand it. To be honest with you, listen, we're gonna get out here shortly, man. But Jake Garcia, right? Jake Garcia is one of the most confident kids I've been told that you ever find, right? He looked good come in. He came back and then he stunk up the place in the end. I'm not judging him on that because everybody else has had time. I ain't judging him on that. Everybody else had time. You got to throw it in the game. You know what I'm saying? Give him some time. Get some time with the kid, with the wide receivers.
Ja'Cory Brown. They brought him in as a wide receiver beginning of this game.
Yeah, I seen that. That's what I wanted to ask Chris about. Like, what was that about? Like,
And today I was praising how Mario said he has postured himself to have basically a good career at Miami, right? He didn't, but he just said good career, right? He didn't say, you know what I'm saying? He said he was the third quarterback. He said Jake was hands down the second. And, is it possible Ja'Cory Brown, when Rashada get here, is like Slash or somebody? Like, is that possible? They gave him a damn reverse the other day.
well, I was just thinking about this yesterday. I was saying, okay, well, we got TVD, you got Jake, you got Rashada, and you got Emory Williams coming in. That's 4 quarterbacks. And I ain't want to mention Ja'Cory. I say, well, what happens if TVD does decide to come back and Jake does decide to stay? What happens with Ja'Cory? Does Ja'Cory say, well, I'm going to be quarterback 3? Because we know they going to groom Jaden. So what does Ja'Cory do then? He's like, okay, well, I could go play receiver. They telling me I could go play receiver, but I don't think that's what he want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that could be a possibility.
Well, let me give y'all a little insight before you go, Rich. They love Ja'Cory Brown, bro.
Oh, they love him. They love him.
And his work ethic, the strides that he has made. I'm just throwing this out there. So they love him. So whether he's the next quarterback or the next wide receiver, you know what I'm saying? They love him. At quarterback, I think.
Yeah, they love. He has made a better, a tremendous stride from spring to now. Spring, I was, scratching my head like, yeah, he's gonna need a whole lot of time. Right. But you can see each day he's getting better.
He's getting better
and better. He's getting comfortable. And that's all it takes for a quarterback to get comfortable. Once he gets comfortable and he has the confidence, he's gonna be good. When they was recruiting him, but that's when last year they was Lashley was comparing him to Cam Newton. And I was like, well, that's a big name to compare him to because Cam was the man in college, at Auburn. Yeah. So for him to compare that, but once he got here, I say, oh, this is why. I was looking at his size, and I was like, man, he's big.
I didn't know. Yeah, he was big. Just like I saw Darren King, and I thought he was a Smurf. When I first saw him, I was like, what is this? Who is that? That's King. Oh, my, that's King. When I saw Ja'Cory, it was the opposite. I was like, man, who is that? What is that? Straight out of high school.
Straight out of high school. It was funny, man, because when we saw Darren King, he was standing next to Tate Martell, and I was like, damn, those are quarterbacks? Ooh, we in trouble.
I thought it was bring your kid to work day or some shit, man. I thought it was bring your kid to... I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't realize he was that small.
Yeah,
Cal, you was going to say something, Cal? I mean, not Cal. Rich, you was going to say something?
Nah, that was Rich.
Nah, we could keep rolling.
Okay. Now listen. Okay, so on the Keyshawn Smith stuff. All right, we'll talk a little bit more about this in the football villain group meet. But it's exactly what I thought it was. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? A kid being across the country away from his mom and just talking to his mom. You know what I'm saying? Just like every kid who's probably away from home calls home and be like and talk to their mom. Moms are protective, you know what I'm saying? So if they see their kid hurting or their kid, she's just used to protecting him. She see him uncomfortable. And she's just used to protecting him, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what I thought. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. But we'll elaborate in the football village. We'll have a private one. But that's what I thought it was. She took her Twitter down. She was like, "Oh Lord, the people got crazy." Yes, the people get crazy. Yes,
I was gonna say, this Miami Twitter thing ain't no joke, boy. You got
right.
For tough, you gotta really be built for this thing, man.
Yeah.
We
yeah, man.
addressed that, Streeter, when you was gone. We addressed that, and it's the same thing. We just like this a learning process for her too. She ain't had 6 D1 kids, and all I'm going to the NFL. She had to deal with this shit. It's a learning process for her too. So she learning what the fuck Twitter can be. So it's all right.
But she understand. She understand. She understand. You can't say your man can't get mad at you and then be like, fuck that. I'm going to Keisha's house to eat. I ain't eating your food no more. Can't do it. Can't do it.
That happened last night. That was what was going on last night in the in IOD. Shit. Yeah, boy, you missed it, boy.
Oh yeah, nah. Yesterday, man, I was I was at Tussie. We was watching the Dolphin game at Tussie yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I wasn't watching the game. You know, I ain't no Dolphin fan, but we trying to set something up for next week, man. For the FSU and
yeah, we're gonna hit the ground. We're gonna hit the ground and grind on that. See if we can get it. So it's a late game. So we could do it that morning.
Yes, it's a 7:30 game. I mean, do we want to do it that morning or do you want? I mean, it's however. I mean, I'm pretty sure people will come.
If we lose Virginia, we just scrapping this shit. All right, we scrapping it.
Yeah, we.
At that point, we were 3-5. At that point, what are we?
Yeah, we'll be 3-5, and that's man. But yeah, I might even bring Eve down so y'all can meet her. Y'all can do a little meet and greet with Eve. I know y'all.
Oh shit! I know I'm there already. Nigga, I'm opening the door.
Look at y'all horny bastards.
We gotta get
Kyle gonna have all the good questions then.
Everybody gotta sign everybody gotta sign a release form at the door or something. Everybody gotta sign a goddamn whatever happens here, bro. Listen, I mean it ain't on us.
I'm camping out. You know how the people wait for Jordans and iPhones? That's gonna be me with the tent at the door, camping out. Y'all seen your ex?
You talked to her recently?
Nah, I mean,
last time she wasn't even in Atlanta anymore. She wasn't in Georgia. Last time she came home, she was in somewhere else. Okay.
She's still in Atlanta though.
She was in Tennessee. She was in Tennessee. I think she was doing something. She said.
Yeah. Detroit. It was Detroit. She had went to go see her daughter in Detroit.
But no, man.
Yeah, we'll try to see what's going on that weekend. If it'll be on that Friday or that Saturday. The only reason I was saying I say not Saturday because I know people might want to watch some of the other football games, and I don't know if the spot we get will have TVs like that. So I don't,
What's the date on that game?
November 5th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they gave us a night game. I guess we're going to be able to wear the what they call the jerseys, the dark jerseys.
Miami, is that Miami Nights or some shit? Or that was
Miami Nights, yeah.
We had to pay for that, huh?
Save that for next year.
Somebody paid for that. Somebody paid for that.
Right.
Somebody like, hey man.
Maybe Adidas say, man, we got to show them at least one, you know what I'm saying, and go ahead and give them that night game. How much? Yeah, we'll pay for it.
Right.
Prime time or something like that. So.
Yeah, somebody had to pay for that or something. But is it the excitement still will be in there, right? When the game starts, it's still just gonna be a rivalry.
Yeah.
Man, it's
gonna be a game.
It's UM Florida State. It's gonna be a rivalry because you got some people who live together who Florida State and UM fans in the same house. Got a lot of Florida State fans down here. It's just a rivalry, so it's gonna be the excitement of that game regardless.
Step say, does Eve have security? Y'all better recognize Step. If we unleash Eve on that room, it's like unleashing a lion in the room, just closing the door. Some of y'all gonna come out there screaming, dog.
Exactly.
She cut from a different cloth, bro. And I done been around the corner and back a couple of times. Bring your friends. She cut from a different cloth, bro.
Yeah, she
will eat you, your girlfriend, your mama. She cut from a different cloth, boy. She's cut from a different cloth.
Yeah, she wild, man. So we'll see, man. I'm gonna holler at her and see I know she wanted to come. She may want to come to Miami anyway. So
Somebody said, Galaxy said, if you mentioning or giving the energy about another school in his home state, how you think the coaches in UM will take that? Oh no, that was she totally understands that now. But like I said, that was her from across the country, just making sure her baby was okay. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The only, like I say, the only thing I took, and I think that it shouldn't have happened, was the player crying to his mama instead of, going out there and try to work a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Because you could cry to your mama. What's she gonna do? She can't help you get on the field. You know what I'm saying? She can't go tell the coach, "Oh, you better play my son." The coach gonna be like, "No, you better come pick your son up, get him out of here." You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, but look at it like this. X, look at it like this. Tough guy. I'm finna get you. You would have went off to play basketball, right? In Southern California, right?
Yeah.
Your family is very close, very, very close family, dog. Dang, my family ain't close like your family. Like, y'all are very close, right? You at USC, coach ain't putting you in the game. You know you better than the point guard, right? When your mama call you, you tell her what? No, we good over here. We straight. What you tell her?
I mean, yeah, I ain't playing. I gotta wait my turn. Or I mean, it's a lot different if I just directly know I'm better than that guy. Then yeah, I mean, yeah.
What you telling your mama, X? What you gonna tell your mama when she call you?
Well, okay. So one thing about. Well, see, my mama, she wasn't even into sports like that, so it didn't matter what I would have told her. She was like, "Oh, okay, well, you just gotta do what you gotta do." You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe if I would have called Arnold or Ant,
what you telling them?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Anna, yeah, man, the coach tried me. He ain't let me play. Like, what's up? What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? But
and if you tell your mama that 3 times, right?
Yeah.
That 3rd time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like crying to your mama. I don't think that's not it. Mom call, what's up? What's going on with you?
Well, I think that was kind of crying when he, like, if he goes and say, "Yo, Mom, well, the coach came in and called us sorry." I think that's kind of crying, though, Street.
Well, I think you got to look at it like this, though, X. The relationship between him and his mama. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, if it would have been Aunt, y'all might have had a candid conversation. Him and his mama close. She don't say that shit. Like, they buddy. He said his mama, he called, check on her, whatever, whoop. So he probably talked to her like he would talk to one of his partners. She probably is his partner. And so he probably just said it. And he probably said it out of frustration. And especially if he's saying that he come out there, the guy coming here calling us sorry and shit. Knowing he ain't sorry, he just know he ain't getting the motherfucking ball. He know this office ain't working and shit, so he gonna be a little frustrated. So he might not necessarily said it in a like little bitch way. He probably just was like, "Man, calling us sorry, bro. I ain't even getting the ball." You know what I'm saying?
Man, see, you played for Coach Rocco. Coach Rocco done said some things to y'all, and you like, well, hold on, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Coach Frank Martin. I done played for some coaches that I'm like, well, hold on, like Coach could talk to players like that. I never went home and said, man, Coach talked to me like this. I'm like, okay, ain't no thing. Just
Coach Rocco was a lunatic, bro.
Yeah, Coach Rocco was a lunatic.
If I could think of some of the stuff he told people, I mean, it probably was like assault or something by the mouth. 2 things. These kids ain't us, dog.
Yeah, they ain't.
I'm realizing that we try to give them a better life. My kids are gonna have a better life. They're gonna go to a better school, and what we kind of took out of it was all that toughness that we developed when we were struggling and we were, you know what I'm saying? They're not like us. And the other thing is that it's your mom. Key, what's going on? Right. No, I'm straight. What's good? What's going on, man? Right. Watch the game. He did.
You know what's up?
Only got 2 talking, but I'm good, Mom. What Coach said? You said something to Coach? He said we sorry as fuck. Just a conversation, dog. Just a conversation, right? But mom can feel that her son is across the country, and this is just what I'm getting. This is what I assumed happened. The mom can feel that her son is across the country. She can feel it. He uncomfortable, and anytime he was uncomfortable for the first 18, 19, 20 years of her life, she did what?
She catered to him.
She fixed it.
She fixed it. Made it right.
right?
Yeah.
So she got her gun,
Mm-hmm.
and she got her Twitter fingers, and she went
Mm-hmm.
after Geddes.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't end
I
well.
think sometimes street. I think sometimes too we gotta look at things like this. And I know a lot of motherfuckers gonna say this is just being soft or whatever. I don't give a fuck. But you gotta understand too, just because something was regular, don't make it 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about what we went through and how we grew, but it's motherfuckers that shit killed and destroyed. You ever hear Nate Robinson talk about how Larry Brown like fucked him up? That motherfucker was depressed and shit, man. And shit, the way that Larry Brown used to talk to him and treat him. And this is a motherfucker that played football, played basketball at the college level, and went on to the NBA to play pros. You know what I'm saying? He's been through a lot, seen a lot. And that's
Right.
at that point, you're a grown man, and Larry Brown like put you down like that. You feel me? So
Right.
it's down, make everything fucking all right. You know what I'm saying? It's motherfuckers that thought that what's that motherfucker name? Bobby Knight. It's motherfuckers that think Bobby Knight way was the right way.
Oh man.
And ain't no motherfucking way that motherfucker would have put his hands on me like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's some people that think that shit was all right.
Man, I went to a basketball camp and Bobby Knight came to speak. I was kind of like, I wasn't in the front, but I was like, close to the front. But once he got out there to speak, man, I went straight to the back. I was like, boy, I ain't trying to get close to this man, because I just felt like he was gonna call me a nigga. Man, I got an offer from Indiana. I was like, nope, I'll throw this away.
Right.
I'm going down. I ain't going up there with that guy, man.
Was he calling people?
Right.
I don't think he was calling people the N-word.
No, I don't think he was calling the N-word. But I'm just saying, that was just, when you look at him, he just looked like he just to say something, you be like, damn, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree.
Definitely
You
put
know
his
what I'm saying?
hands on you,
It could have been a different situation. Yeah, I don't. Obviously, none of us know the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But as a parent, yeah, you're going to take up for your son no matter what. If he's right or wrong, you're going to take up for your son, especially when you out west and he's in sunny South Florida. You know what I'm saying?
People, it's funny what people saying. Like Galaxy King said, I feel you, Street, but bro, she had to know her Twitter statement will be backfire in Carl Gables. Galaxy, I'm gonna tell you this. She deleted her Twitter, deactivated. You know why? Because she didn't know. People don't understand how social media works, especially people over 40, 45.
Mm-hmm. That's
They
not her
don't
world.
understand.
That's not where she came from.
Bro, they don't understand. I tell y'all all the time, I turned my notifications off 6 years ago. And X always be like, Streeter, man, you don't answer nobody on Twitter. But bro, listen. Get 100,000, 200,000 followers and you try to answer everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so people don't know, they don't understand. It's almost like you saying something you would say to somebody on the phone, but you just said it to the public and everybody heard you.
Right.
Yeah. And you're not gauging that somebody who's been a Hurricane fan for 40 years gonna jump in your DM and be like, hey Trick, where you at? I'm gonna come kill you. And you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you mean do what? Because these people are crazy, bro. They just talking, you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I don't take none of it. They just, you know what I'm saying? It's just, but some people can't deal with that, though. It's not, yeah, some people can't deal with people just talking at them. And some people can't deal with, I'm here to say this, bro. Listen, everybody doesn't know how social media works. You hear people say it all the time. I ain't know it was going to go that far.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect all that to happen. They say it all the time. Yeah.
Sweet, I think somebody he just asked how do he get into the group.
You got to go to the community section. I posted. You should get an alert. I post the community section. I post the group me link in there, but the links are already in the community section. Where you signed up at, you just got to find it. But yeah, bro. I mean, we get now. I think she had to know she was being messy, but I don't think she knew to what extent she was being messy.
Right.
I don't think she didn't understand the repercussion that shit was gonna have on her son. So like as a father, we would have been like, hey, hell, don't do that. You know, we can like I'm sure she feels like she can take it. She's a grown fucking woman or whatever. But it's not about you, which we've talked about this before. That's why sometimes women don't understand their job as a protector and how to use it. You have to protect your man just like he got to protect you. So in that situation, you know, a father would have known, let him deal with this, let him do that. Don't put him out. Don't you making the situation worse. You know what I'm saying? Like Shaq Quarterman daddy. He didn't say shit till Shaq was gone.
Till he left, right. Listen,
Mhm.
hey, listen, Don funny, dog. Don said, read the room. Read the room. We just got embarrassed. Ain't nobody trying to hear about your jit. You can't tell that to a mama, Don. All she care about is her jit. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
And she should. And she should. She shouldn't think that motherfuckers should take this shit that fucking seriously, that they gonna fucking come at her and act like they want to ruin her fucking life and all this other kind of shit. You know that's what fans do. And that's more of the problem than what she said, that motherfucking grown men and shit take this shit to heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Marvin Bailey said no death threats, but she earned all the disrespect, but don't violate the black woman. Yeah, and I think she understands that hey, listen, this is what you said. This was equivalent to this. Yeah, like right. You can't go tell your lady, listen, man, I ain't eating none of this shit no more, man. I'm finna go eat Keisha out. Keisha, no, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't say that. You can't. But yeah, I mean, somebody deactivate their account. That's how you know that they didn't know the repercussions, or they didn't realize how crazy it could get, or they just don't know how to swim through all of that. I tell X all the time. X got his Twitter guns out all the time. I be like, dog, why are you fighting with people on Twitter? If it's really serious, you're gonna walk past him one day. One day you'll walk past him. I'm not doing it on Twitter.
Now check it out though. The other part is your son is growing. He's growing into a man, and when you do that, it makes it seem as if you're trying to coddle him and not allow him to handle his business as a man. And that was the biggest part. It's like let homie be a man and fight his way onto the field and not complain about the fact that Colbie Young is getting more separation than him. Like for real. Yeah. And I think that was kind of the detrimental thing, because it's a different game. Like a man has a rite of passage when it comes to life. You gotta let a dog be a dog, and you gotta let him fight, because this is where he learns how to do it for life, not just for this game called football. So I think that's the thing. Like, let him grow, let him do his thing. If he say he wants to go to another school, then that's a different story. But other than that, let him do his thing.
Jamari Ford is at UAB. He committed to UAB.
He committed to Buffalo, right?
Is Buffalo's UAB?
Buffalo.
UAB.
No, Buffalo, not UAB.
Nah, them different schools. They're different schools.
He committed to Buffalo.
When? Because the other day he committed to UAB.
Let me go look and see. I thought I saw Buffalo. Let me check it out. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm good.
I mean, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say we gotta look at, like, again, we're men, we're grown fucking men. Look how hard y'all taking this shit as a fucking, like, with women. Like, if you out and about and your girl start running her fucking mouth and y'all out and about and shit, you're not gonna just jump in some shit and just go fucking crazy, because you know how women are. You're gonna try to diffuse the situation first, because you know a woman is being emotional. So for people to go on and on about his mama and what, like, god damn, dog, it's a fucking woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all digging too much into fucking feminine shit. Like, let it go. It's all right. Like, fuck it. It's over. She took the shit down. She learned. All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know women get crazy every now and then. I'm looking up July 4 now. Go ahead, bro.
I was about to say, Don Snap said, you already know K5 in the locker room getting ranked for this. Yeah.
Maybe so, yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hard lesson, and that's a hard lesson for both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, so it is Buffalo? Oh, it's Buffalo. Okay. I thought it was UAB. I thought it was UAB, but yeah, like if back to him, if the offer is committable for him with UM, he'll flip the UM. He definitely will flip the UM. So
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think the question is how fast is he? Like how fast?
He's more quick. He's more quick. He's more quick than fast. He's quick.
Right.
He's all quick. So again, like I said earlier, you take him because you have a playmaker who could take a punt that's that's close to the 10-yard line and get it up to the 40-yard line because he's shifty. I think we haven't had that type of player like that in a long time. I'm talking about who could just make you miss, you know what I'm saying, and help the whole team out with field position. So, yeah, if it's committable offer in December, I think he definitely flips to Miami.
Shout out to Samuel Ramirez. Samuel Ramirez, $5. Appreciate you $5, bro. I told y'all weeks ago I take a 4-8 season with Mario, and next year half these kids ain't gonna be here.
Well, we said we've been saying that. I think we were saying that at the beginning of the year, Streeter, right? Like, well, yeah, all these players ain't gonna be here next year.
We thought they was gonna leave, but then they salary got doubled, the facilities got changed, the housing got changed. They were like, wait a minute.
Man, kids know structure, bro. Kids know structure, and they know when they getting good coaching and shit, so they see it. And some of them gonna leave, but not as many as people think and shit. They see the structure. The kids like it.
Yeah, man.
Let me get on go ahead.
Like I said earlier, I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I say, man, it's still some players on the team, and I don't want to say that they don't care. I just don't think it's that important to them. You know what I'm saying? Losing isn't important to them. Like, they lose and then they can still like put a smile on your face. You know, I was never that type of person. If I lost, I was mad until my next game. Like, I don't want to lose. I hate losing. So some players can lose and yeah, it's just another day.
Do you think that's every team? Think every team got players like that?
Yeah, every team got players like that.
Of course they do.
I just think UM has a lot more than every other team.
I just think you closer to UM.
Well, yeah.
I think the fight get beaten out of our kids though. That's what I think it is. Like Tracy was saying, that I came in one way and left another. That shit get beat out of the fucking kids, man.
You wasn't there, X, when we interviewed Tracy.
No,
right?
but I was there. I was no. I was there for the
That was like a come to Jesus meeting for me and Twan, because that was our first one, and we was like, bro, is this what we really want to be? We had to sit down and be like, do we really want to be the people who
put this out?
That put that. Yeah, that Tracy, I was saying, listen, man, 2 years, I was partying other losses too. And everybody kept saying, is it still going on? Like, is it still like that?
Still like that. Still, you know, I had to tell Groove today, like, he keep talking about Manny. I said, well, you know, Manny allowed a guy to get high, and he was drunk 4 hours before a football game. He started at quarterback for you. That's the type of coach y'all wanted? Like, that was crazy. They still.
Groove. You know Groove. You know Groove.
I saw that text, man.
Yeah. Groove cool, man. He cool. He just like Manny.
Is he?
He just like Manny.
Is he?
Yeah.
Man, I saw that tweet, X, and I started to jump in there and be like,
get it. I got it.
You're right. I started to jump in. I started to jump in on that shit and be like, dog, this motherfucker just gave up another 400 yards rushing. What are you talking about? Like, bro, how can you sit here and defend this shit, man? Like, bro, let the shit go.
What's his
let the man go on. Just think Manny should have had more time.
Argument. Yeah, he think Manny should have had more time. He don't really like Mario. He said he wanted to get Lane Kiffin. I mean, obviously now everybody wanted Lane Kiffin. Like,
where is he? Can we get him here? Can we get him in here?
No.
Nah. I think he might be. I think he work at night sometimes, so I don't know.
I just want to.
Let it go.
I would want to see.
Call that nigga on your own, dog.
I want to. I want to hear. I just want to hear his take. You know what I'm saying?
What I hit him and tell him, next time we on.
Cal said it ain't worth it. Why Cal says like beating the
Don't do it, dog. It's just gonna be don't. Don't fucking do it. But I remember Wholesome. I told you the other day, man, Wholesome got on that cat the other day. You never see Wholesome raise his voice and shit.
Yeah.
And that was like one particular yeah. Because he gonna stand and there's nothing wrong with that. Like he always say this, dog. I'm entitled to my opinion, and he is. But he's not gonna really see the reason that you giving. You're not gonna see his reason. So y'all just gonna be it's not gonna be entertaining, it's not gonna be worth it. It's just not, bro.
Right.
He gonna stand by his guns, and that's fine. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. He's not a bad person, nothing like that. That's just his opinion. But it's just not. It ain't gonna be worth it, bro. You ain't gonna get him to see nothing, and vice versa.
Man, I got the pleasure to see my homeboy this past weekend at the game. I think he was a teammate of yours too. Mike McKenzie. Did y'all play? He played basketball 1 year, I think, right?
Yeah, Rocco let him and Black Ship play 1 year.
Yeah. So I was chilling with Mike, man, and Mike went to Memphis, but Mike is a UM fan, and Mike, he's looking at me. He say, "X, this is what UM got out there on the field." I like, "Yeah, man, this is what we got. Like, this is what we got." And he like, "Man, this ain't the UM I grew up with. I was a UM fan. Like, this ain't UM." Like, yeah, it ain't, man. We got a lot of work to do, man.
Yeah, Mike took the long way to the league. I think he got
He had to go to
test
JUCO.
issue.
Test issue. Had to go to JUCO. Then he went to Memphis, and he had a long, successful career in the NFL with Green Bay.
Green Bay.
So listen, before we get out of here, man, I just want to so with the Keyshawn Smith stuff, right? I want parents to understand this, right? Once you walk into them people's doors, it's a game. It's a game that you have to play. They have way too much control, way too much leverage over you and your son and his career and those things. And that's just how it's set up. I've seen coaches get vendettas with kids. I've seen coaches piss test kids until they pop, just because they was mad at him. They didn't like him. Something he probably did as a freshman or sophomore. So, man, the coach that sat on your couch and said he gonna take care of your child, yada 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 yada. It is a game, and sometimes you have to play the game, in order to get where you're trying to go. Because the way that system is set up is they have all the leverage, even with you having the transfer portal. They have all the leverage. So yeah, man, it's almost like you gotta just put your head down, work. I remember when Duke used to always have an issue with the coaches because he always thought the coaches were flawed, like not telling the truth, like. But I just think he was a kid and he didn't understand grown men trying to keep their job.
Exactly.
Right. So now you have to play the game. You got to kind of play by their rules, or it could get ugly. It could get weird. You saw what happened to Devin Hester.
Yeah.
And Randy Shannon, and that was Devin Hester, the greatest returner ever.
Yeah, it could get like that, and this could be almost, this situation could have ended, or it's not saying it can't, but it could have ended like how Dante Mullins family got on Twitter and doing all that talking, and hey man, we gonna have to let you go, man, because you and your family, y'all ain't got nothing good to say, or y'all just gonna keep running your mouth. Oh, okay, well, bye. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, they helped, the school helped Dante Mullins get into school. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely felt like, dang, Mullins, you should have just kept that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And Keyshawn, he came over late in that class, so it could have been the same situation. Like, dang, we really helped you get here, and you want to talk like that? Oh, okay. Now you're definitely not gonna play. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but it could be a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? So
it could happen. It could happen. Yeah. Coaches are human too. They do shit. And it might not even just be that. It might be a situation where, like, bro, can I trust you? You let shit in this locker room leave out it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she put him in a bind.
Yeah. Right. But then that comes from, I seen Torvald Bain yesterday at Tootsie's too, and he said, man, ain't no leaders in the locker room. Like ain't nobody punching nobody in the face, ain't nobody yelling at nobody, choking them. Like it ain't none of that going on. I like, well, you know, can't really do
Miss
it like that
Nesta.
these years, man. But
We
yeah, ain't
miss
no
Nesta.
leaders.
Right.
Yeah. You don't got no Al Blaze in the locker room, no Nate Webster, you know what I'm saying, no Dan Morgan, you ain't got no Jerome Browns, you know what I'm saying, no Ray Lewis. We got a whole bunch of just got a whole bunch of players.
Y'all think players? You think they scared? You think players are scared to do all that? Like be that type of leader under this regimen? Because you know he seems tight and tough, dog. Maybe guys are scared that anything they do may be taking and stepping out of line. Like Streeter, what you said about James when they asked him about talking or some shit?
When they asked him about talking, what he said?
It was something about speaking up, and he's like, if I speak, it's wrong, or somebody get mad. If I don't say nothing, I don't get mad, or some shit like that. He said.
Yeah. I think.
I wonder if that's a thing.
I think. No, I think. You could be Al Blaze. Who is these people you named? You could be Blaze. You could be.
No.
You
we ain't got no. I'm talking about Daddy Blaze. We ain't got no Al Blaze on the team.
Right. You could be Benny Blaze. You could be you could be those guys, right? When there's a blueprint of winning, right? So, but if you're getting your face stomped in every time you step on a big stage, right? Like you're punching people in the face for what? I got beat by Middle Tennessee with you. So it's kind of like. Right, so the guy telling people now you have leaders, you have natural leaders that come in the locker room no matter what's going on. I mean, you're talking about 5% people, 3% people, Brandon Innocence. You know what I'm saying? That just cut. That's what they are. But I think those guys were able to do that because they saw winning, and when it wasn't looking right, hey man, we not losing 3 games this year. That shit was a different thing, dog.
Yeah, it was a different thing.
That was a different level.
You know why I go back to R.I.P. to the homie that what it was on ESPN, the one with Sam Bruce when he was in the middle of the football team talking and he was crying, you know what I'm saying? He was passionately. I'm like, we ain't got nothing like that. Like I don't see nobody on our team like.
Oh, don't do that to him, man. Yeah, we do. Don't do that. I don't think Gilbert Fireson doing.
Okay, Gil. I can
don't
see
do that,
Gil.
man. Come on, man.
But
Gil don't fucking play.
Huh?
It's hard to be a leader when you don't fucking play though.
Nah, man. My homemate, he was talking to Gil after the game, man. Gil is in good spirit, man. I know he's probably mad he's not playing, but Gil is in good spirit, man. He wants what's best for that team, for the school. So
why is he not playing? Could you explain it?
The way I look at it is because he has 2 linebackers on the field. Gil is probably like that 3rd linebacker. When they do decide to go to 3 safeties, they'll put in Tay instead of Gil, or they'll put in a slot guy, and then now you stuck saying, well, where do we put Gil at? You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of hard to get him on the field. I still think they could make waves, but yeah, it's just a little issue with getting him on the field right now.
Oh, when you dropping Corey Flagg back 20 yards on a fucking 3rd and long, you telling me Gil wouldn't be better in there? Like shit like that be bothering me, bro.
What's his last year?
Yeah, this is it for him, man. Gil is done.
That's weird. That's kind of weird to me because we seen Gil make plays. Gil made plays in the spring game. He made plays beginning of the season.
Gil made
First
plays in real games. Gil made
this
plays
year, because remember I asked him in the press conference. I was like, "Hey, that's the same play you did in the spring game," and he that's kind of weird though. That's kind of
it is weird.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You know, every time you ask Stills, man, Stills be giving all type of crazy questions, man. That'd be the funny part. I'd be like, man.
Well, literally, he told us they're trying to figure it out. I mean, he told us they're trying to figure it out. He should be getting a chance. You know what I'm saying? Later, they trying to figure out where to put him. But he always say, listen, man, you put 11 on the field. He said you can't play You can only play with 11, and he say that all the time. And it was like, well, can we try Caleb Johnson at the weak side? He like, there's no. It's like trying to use
You
a
say
screwdriver for a hammer.
yeah. Say Caleb and Flag play the same position.
Yeah,
Can't
right.
put them both on the field at the same time.
Right.
No, you can. Shit, I would have done that shit. Some of them goal line stances, some of them fucking fourth and shorts and shit, and our quarterback is running on us. Why not?
Yeah, on certain plays like that. But if you got Flag in there, you can't put him and Caleb and on a passing down. That just don't make sense at all.
No, I'm talking about some of these running downs. I said the running downs, like especially against Duke, because that's all they could really do was short intermediate shit. Like,
that it is what it is. But fella, I got to get up out of here, man. My thing about to die anyway. So
go on, do your thing. So Flag, somebody say Flag really dropped back. They said Flag really dropped back 20 yards. Ham confused about that.
Like.
Yeah, that's what the fuck it looked like.
He did. That's what he did on the film review.
That long drive that they did after we took the lead.
4th and 9.
We hyped. Yeah, we got the momentum. We ready to roll. We finna flip this goddamn game. And I seen that nigga say, "Hike." I saw Flag dropping back. Like, where the fuck is he going? Saw the pass get complete right in front. Flag ain't nowhere to be found. I'm like, how deep did this man drop back? I'm not blaming Flag. He shouldn't have been in the game. Not for that play. I love Flag.
Not for that.
But we understand his right. We understand his weaknesses. And again, I'm gonna point it out. And I may be wrong, but it seemed like that seems like the same call they made against UNC, except Keontra was in, and Keontra came up with the pick. Why? Because Keontra is fast. He can move. I may be wrong, but it just didn't make any sense to me.
Well, Flag didn't make the tackle either. Cam ended up making the tackle.
Right. So where the hell was he? Where did he go? And why?
He was late to the tackle.
I'm not gonna blame him. He probably was too far from the tackle. He got so much foot speed, man. But let that be Gil. Gil probably would have got up there, or or you don't have to drop Gil back that far because Gil can move.
Probably would have intercepted.
Whatever, bro.
We trying. Somebody in the football villain group me saying UF supposed to be flipping somebody from Miami. Gotta get in there and talk about that, bro. I don't know. Gotta get in there and scroll up, talk about that, see what they're talking about. Sterling Williams say, bring Swayze on the show. What you're letting the secret, you're letting the cat out the bag, bro. We're working on Swayze. We're working on him. You know, Swayze got some stories. But listen, man, y'all gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all appreciate y'all for holding it down. I was having the technical difficulties, man. All right.
I appreciate it, bro. We're good. Man. Yep.
So listen, 786-459-49. If y'all want to get down with IOD squad, just text us and say IOD or 1-on-1. If you want to become a football villain, you got to hit join. And then once you hit join, it'll put you in the community section. And that's where all of the member posts at. That's where all the information at. All of the behind the scenes stuff, that info that we get, you know what I'm saying, that we know, we talk about in there. And I think YouTube, I think it's $4.99 and $6.99. It's a bronze and it's a silver level. And then it's a platinum level, which is $50 a month. And we got two of those guys, one or two of those guys. Shout out to Sean Rounds. But yeah, man, and you just supporting what we do, bro. I mean, just supporting what we do. We try to bring y'all media in a different light, in a different way. If y'all wonder why I'm not on cameras, I don't know. I had some technical difficulties. So man, y'all go check out Wholesome Holloway, man. I might jump in there with him and see, talk some real football. 4 3s and 3-4 unders and slants and goals. Don't put out tomorrow something you can do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D and I'm out of here, bro.